You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Hey, what's happening on a Tuesday? What is wrong with Twitter? Productive morning for everybody. Apparently it was down.
Or anti-productive.
Or anti, just trying to refresh until it works. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby. And we don't know how to handle a game like Sunday. I was just thinking of that this morning. I kind of texted you guys. I was like, well, it's not enough to complain about. It's not 2 or 3 days worth of it. Last week we had 3-4 days of complaining.
Can we celebrate and talk smack about the Chargers or not?
Let's do it.
That's what I'm saying, man.
One thing I did think about this week, though, and I don't know if we jump right into it or not, but I mean, last week was so bad on the fourth quarter and so bad it felt in Jacksonville for a 5-4 football team. Said that many times. But it also started to raise a lot of questions about where this football team was in terms of its roster and everything else. I mean, Josh Hines-Allen was under a lot of fire. You're not re-signing Trayvon Walker. What are you doing with the offensive line? What are you doing with Trevor Lawrence? What are you doing? Like all these different things where I think some of the narrative, at least maybe even not on a microphone, was, wow, how much are they going to have to retool this thing? Like the reality is they're 5-4. Maybe a little of this is smoke and mirrors, and they're going to have to retool it. Well, then you come off a Sunday. This is how crazy the league is, right? The depths of the highs and lows is that, hey, you look like that with 6 starters out. And you're like, well, wait a minute. Is their depth pretty good? Like, is the fact that Cole Van Lanen's played 3 different spots in 3 weeks and Jarian Jones has stepped in and Christian Braswell can help you do that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like put you in a funky spot. And I guess that's why you don't get too high or too low if you're inside the building that everybody else does outside. But you're left with kind of, all right, well, what is this football team right now, but also going forward as a roster? How many pieces do you need? They did change like 24 guys this offseason for the 53.
Yeah, I mean, I had a college coach that always told me that you're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are. And I think that the Jaguars right now find themselves in a situation where the Houston game, that necessarily wasn't them in the fourth quarter, and, curb stomping the Chargers like they did. I mean, what was that game an anomaly? I mean, time will tell. I do think if you're going to talk about like Trayvon Walker and everything, it did help to probably go against the worst offensive line in the NFL in a lot of metrics, especially in terms of pass blocking and everything. But hey, like you'll take that because now they're taking on a Cardinals team that isn't the worst per se, but I wouldn't call them good. I think they're just okay. They've given up a lot of sacks in their own right. So, I mean, to me, what you find out as a team is when you play the really good teams with really good trenches and everything is how do you stack up to them, right? And Chargers, mission accomplished, right? I would say the trenches probably weren't the best for the Chargers, but nevertheless, mission accomplished. I think you're going to find out really what kind of team you are when you take on a team like the Chargers. Or I'm sorry, the Colts. When you play the Colts, you might find out a little more of what you have on your team, but I mean, listen, we can sit here and say Trayvon Walker, Josh Hines-Allen, they're not going anywhere. Like they're here to stay. So like I don't even look at it and be like, okay, well, what do you no, like I mean, you paid Josh Hines-Allen a lot of money and he's on your team. And with Trayvon Walker, like you're not gonna trade him in any way anytime soon because what's the other solution? So with those two guys, I mean, they're here to stay, which, if they can keep playing at a high level, more power to them. I mean, there's questions in the secondary of what you truly have and everything, even though that they kind of balled out a little bit against the Chargers. I mean, there's always going to be spots that you question. But I look at, like, where that you're going to be good right now is the edge. Even though we've been talking the whole year, pass rush has been lacking and everything. Like, you have what you have there. I think there's other positions where you can make, raise question marks. You can still raise, quote, question mark with interior defensive line. Linebackers will be a question in terms of do you let Devin Lloyd go? Do you bring him back? Foye Oluokun, what do you do with him? And then once again in the secondary, Caleb Ransall hopefully comes back next year 100%, so that might shore it up a little bit. But there's definitely some questions.
Oh yeah, they're not they're not the Philadelphia Eagles roster, right? I think the Eagles roster is kind of the standard around, if you can get it to where you're that good depth-wise and everywhere else over these last couple of years, the way it's been, then you feel really good and you're like, well, whatever, then you just keep adding. And the Jags aren't there. We know that. I think even the most positive of folks wouldn't say that. But, I mean, if they feel like, yes, last week it was like a revamp coming. But, again, that's kind of everybody talking. And where will this go? And how they do have 11 draft picks and everything else. And how will they spend their money? And who will they get? The tough decisions from the ETNs to the Foye-Oluokans that need to be made. And then there are easy decisions. Like I think they're done with Eric Armstead after this season. Like those kind of deals. But what do they do at left tackle, right? Like those kind of things. But it's just interesting coming off. I just thought about asking some of those questions that we were asking about a little bit last week, coming off the win side of it. And where does it actually stand? And here's the other thing that I thought about a little bit, Austin. I mean, going into Sunday, I was like, okay, this team, again, it is 5-4. They've found a way to win. That's the way the NFL works. They're an NFL team is the way I say it. That you get some close games, you win some of those. You lose some, you have some bad moments, you have some really good moments. That's the way they are, and they're right in the middle of this. They're an NFL team. We couldn't even say that a lot of times in the last 15, 20 years about the Jags. They just were so off the radar of an NFL team, but they did enjoy a couple of years of some success. Heck, even 22, that's not really how a season goes. You're not 3-7 often, and then you go make a run to the playoffs, right? I mean, that was even an anomaly. But you start to look at what they've done. Like, they have the best strength of victory in the league, and this isn't a college thing. That doesn't matter in the NFL, but does it say that they can play with anybody? Because they've beaten teams like the 49ers, obviously.
Yeah, but
Houston's defense. Like, what does that say? The Chiefs.
No, I'm not going to go down that road because then I can go and say, okay, well, what did the Rams game look like?
Yeah.
Like, what did the Seahawks game
yeah.
look like? Like, those games, they weren't really that competitive. So while, like, their strength may look good and they have quality wins, I also think some of their quality losses don't look the best story, as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the reality of it, though, is this. The flip side is they've got the, like, third or fourth or second or whatever, easiest schedule coming up.
Sure.
And so now it's their turn to be like the Patriots, maybe a little bit of what Denver's had to handle at times. Again, these teams all have good wins, too, and the Colts, but they also have had a lot of play the Titans twice and things like that. And now the Jags get that. Mm-hmm. And now, to me, that's where this is, are they good enough to take care of that business? That's where the next step comes. I think a lot of people think they play down to competition. I'm not really sure I believe that. I don't know if I buy that, but they have lost to a couple of backup quarterbacks. I don't think they were playing down to the competition of Houston. I think they couldn't figure out a way to stop any momentum in a fourth quarter for some crazy reason. But down competition isn't the first top-ranked defense in the league either. Houston,
would you say they played down to the Raiders, or that was all the injuries catching up to them?
No, they played down to the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't
think the Raiders are a good team.
I don't think the Raiders are good at all. I kind of characterized that one at the time as I didn't think that was going to be easy because we didn't know what the hell the Jags were coming off 2 losses. And also they were coming off a bye week too, and they were getting Bowers back and everything else. So, yeah, there was a little bit of a breath of life in the Raiders coming off the bye week, which doesn't exist anymore. And as you see the Raiders now, I mean, the Raiders can move the ball up and down the field. They did it yesterday against the Cowboys again. They're just not very good enough to win.
I mean, yeah, no, for sure. And I would say the Cowboys defense, I mean,
it's terrible.
It's right up there, I think, with what the Jacksonville Jaguars showed against the Raiders.
Yeah.
And plus, the Jaguars coming off a bye week, too, against the Rams. So an embarrassing loss to the Rams. So they had a little incentive. I mean, I think if you look at, like, the game where the Jaguars didn't play down to the competition, I think it's the Carolina Panthers game. Now, like, seeing Carolina in retrospect, like, they're a decent team as well. But
they weren't at the time.
But they weren't at the time.
Yeah.
Everyone expected, the Jaguars to go out there and take care of business, and I think we were pleasantly surprised when it was 26-10. So I think that's the example right there of where they didn't play down to the competition. But, Bengals with a backup quarterback, okay, yeah, sure. I think, obviously, the Seahawks we thought were great. The Rams we thought were pretty great. Raiders, yeah, they played down a little bit. And I do think that Texans game where if you look at their offense, like, and their backup quarterback once again, you maybe did play down a little bit towards the end.
Yeah, I just think, listen, I think it's the NFL. I think it's really hard to know what they are still because we've seen signs of a little bit of everything. And the defense, to me, is the biggest part. Again, I've been patient with the offense. I think the offense takes time. I think they're also missing key parts of their offense, which you can't just say, oh, so what? Mm-hmm. Like, it's not a so what. I mean, and Justin Herbert has the same excuse as you name it, has the same excuse, for whether it's an offensive line or whether it's your top 3 weapons on offense. I mean, you take your top 3 weapons out on offense, there's going to be probably a clunkiness to it. But the defense is the interesting one because they actually won them football games early on. And then I feel like they lost them football games early on and in the recent weeks of Houston, Cincinnati, a game like the Rams, like they just were never in it. I mean, the offense, by the way, contributed to that too. I'm just saying, like, the defense has either won you games or really feels like they almost lost you games. There's just this huge gap on defense. The offense, we still don't know what it is on a consistent basis, but at least we finally got to see what it could look like a little bit. The only thing we really still haven't seen from the Jags on offense is what if they have to throw it 40 times? Can they beat you through the air? Right? Can they do that? Do they have to have a running game that's going to go for 190 and throw it for 160 or 200, or can they actually have a game where they can? The closest to that was the Chiefs.
Yeah,
the Chiefs. I don't know. I forget what Trevor threw for. I think it was like 260, but he had like over 300 yards total offense. He ran the ball and everything like that. That was probably their one example of a game where, hey, you can get the passing game going. But Travis Hunter makes a big play in that game, right? Like, those are the guys that were making plays. I think BTJ played pretty well. Yeah, the one big catch at the end, right?
Catches, I think.
So, yeah, like, that was the one time we've seen their passing offense look a little bit of what it's supposed to look like. Mm-hmm. And that's usually against a pretty good defense, by the way, in the Chiefs, against the pass. So, yeah, it's just wild to me to look at the Jags right now. I think you could really argue that
Trevor was 18-25 for 221
in that game
against the Chiefs.
And then he also had, another 54 yards running. Yep. It was only 221, huh? Why did I think it was like 250?
Oh, yeah. Brian Thomas had 4 catches for 80 yards.
It was just 4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. It was the Raiders game that he actually had like the 7 for 90, I think it was, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know who the hell they are.
Yeah.
And I don't know which week we're going to find that out. It seems like you think we'll find out in early December against the Colts.
I mean, what I know right now is when they run the football, they got a great shot of winning.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, hey, that's something. It's not everything, right? I think there's teams above them right now that probably have a little more of identity of, okay, we can play great defense, we can do this, we can do this, we can do that. We know when the Jaguars run the football, they have success. And in a playoff hunt right now, I'll take that over, nothing. So, but yeah, we're about to find out when you play the Indianapolis Colts and everything. And speaking of them, because when you do have the luxury of curb stomping the Chargers like you did, now it's like, okay, you're in the playoff hunt and everything, and you can kind of watch around the league a little bit to see what other teams are doing. Huge game this week between the Colts and the Chiefs.
Massive.
Huge.
I didn't chat GPT it because I think that was down as well. But I don't know what's better for the Jaguars. But what are you guys cheering? Are you guys rooting for the Colts here to beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead?
Gotta root for the Colts.
Okay, but I mean, I think there's two sides of it, Hamby. There's one side that says if you root for the Colts, okay, cool, you knock the Chiefs maybe out of the playoff picture a little more. But the other side goes, all right, well, if the Chiefs win, the Colts get knocked down a peg, and all of a sudden, they're a game closer to you in your division.
Wait a minute, you think the Colts? You want the Colts to win?
I do.
Really?
I mean, I think there's an argument for both sides.
Yeah, I just think that the easier path to the playoff is not through the divisions, through the wild card.
Really?
Yes.
I disagree with
you. To be fair, Hamby, I want the Colts to win as well, but
really?
I
got a lot of reallys going on, sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a little stunned by this.
If the Chiefs are 5-6 and the Jags are 7-5, I mean, I think that with tiebreakers over them and the Chargers, I think that's the best shot. I don't think that the best shot is, we got to go sweep the Colts and try to win the division. I mean, I'd love to win the division. I just don't think it's the most likely thing. So I think the Chiefs need to lose.
And you believe in the same thing?
Yep. I believe in the same thing, but for different reasons, though. I believe that, once again, I'm talking about from the national standpoint. I think if the Chiefs are knocked off by the Colts, we're going to stop talking about them, being in the playoff contention. And then when it comes to that Sunday night game against the Texans, do they get flexed out and do the Jaguars get flexed in? And once again, if this was last year, I'd have been like, please keep the primetime games away from this team. But They showed they can handle their own on Monday Night Football against the Chiefs. So if you can get another primetime game on Sunday Night Football, by all means, let's do it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It is a fascinating question. I'm a little surprised by your answers. I'm not going to lie.
Brent doesn't want a primetime game.
No, I really
don't want to
could
work
give
it.
two craps about a primetime game. So here, let me tell you where I'm coming from on this. I think you, and I respect this, have a bigger belief in the Colts right now than I do. I think the Colts are good. I don't know how good they are. I think they've played their best football. I think we're about to see some okay football out of them over the next 7 weeks. I feel like they kind of are a peaking team early. I think if you look closely at what Daniel Jones has done the last couple of weeks, he's starting to revert back to Daniel Jones, even with tremendous Jonathan Taylor.
Real quick then, who do you think are better than the Colts in the AFC?
I would still take the Chiefs, the Bills, and Patriots are a throw-up to me with the Colts. Okay. That's it. No, I think they've earned the right to be in that conversation.
Yeah.
We got 7 games to go.
I'm just trying to see like where you have them in your mind, because obviously we're different here.
Yeah, so. I don't disrespect the Colts. I think we're going to talk about the Colts differently in a month.
Okay,
that's my whole point.
Gotcha.
And I might be dead wrong about it, but I just think we are. So the Jags are 2 games out right now. If the Jags, let's just say if the Jags go to Arizona and win, and the Colts lose this week, they're a game out. And they play the Titans twice, the Jets, and obviously the Colts twice. The Colts schedule, guys, is really daunting.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, really daunting. Like, I don't think it's a slam dunk that they are winning the division. And I also think there's a lot of friction potential for me when I do the standings in the wild card. And listen, I think the Jags have a really good chance to get to 10 wins. Really good chance. But I also think in the 3 wild cards right now, you're going to have the Bills at least getting to 10. I think the Steelers or the Ravens have a good chance to get to 10. That's 2 teams. Houston, I don't think is going to get to 10, but I think the Chargers and the Chiefs will get to 10. But I think you're going to have 4 teams plus the Jags, so that's 5 teams for 3 spots in the AFC wild card. So someone might get to 11 by there, and make the 5th spot, all that stuff. But I just think the friction, you're battling with 5 teams for 3 spots, and maybe like 3 teams for 1 spot, right, at the end of the day. Whereas you just go chase down the Colts. So I think I want to keep that Colts in play. I want 2 ways to potentially do this. And that's why I think
I just don't know if you're going to have 2 options.
Well, here's the other thing, guys. All right, let me just say one thing about the Chiefs, and this is you can count the Chiefs out. That's fine, and I get it right now, and they haven't really earned the right to probably say, hey, they're going to win.
If they lose to the Colts, I think you can pretty much – I mean, it's –
Here's what they have left. Against the Cowboys the next week, you figure they win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So let's just say they lose to the Colts. They're 5-6. They beat the Cowboys 6-6. They're home against the Texans on a Sunday night.
I mean, you'd think they would win.
Yeah,
but...
you like their chances. I'm just saying. I know nothing's automatic, especially if you're 5-6 at some point. So they would be 7-6. They're home against the Chargers team that – I don't know what their record is all time against them. Okay, 8-6. They're home against the Titans, 9-6. They do have a big Broncos game potentially at home.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what that game will mean to Denver at that point. It's the second to last game. And then they play the Raiders.
Well,
so my point is I think the Titans, the Raiders, the Cowboys, and Chargers are like 4 pretty automatic wins. And then you got the Texans and the Broncos home.
I'll just say this, though. I do understand, like, in the years past, you'd be like, oh, my gosh, yeah. I mean, look at the schedule. They're going to run the table. All their tough games are at home. However, if Andy Reid and this team can't win coming off a bye,
I get it, but Denver's pretty good, man.
I understand that, but we can't trust them to run the table like we have in years past. And I know that in years past we've done this, and it's bit us in the butt. People have bet against Patrick Mahomes and this team for years, and they always do it. But this is even different than that. Being 5-5 and losing out of a bye week, that shows that it's not the same team.
And especially a team that can't run the football. Like, who's to say in December it's not snowing in Kansas City? So now you're playing the Houston Texans defense that's already pretty dang good in the pass game, and you might have some problems throwing the football in snow. I mean,
their highest single-game rusher was week 2 Mahomes had 66 yards. They have not had a rusher go over 66 yards all year.
They can't, but they don't. I don't think like they always do anyway. Here's my. Listen, you guys are bringing up fine points. I'm not. This isn't like you guys are insane for arguing this. And I'd love to get the Chiefs out of there like the rest of the league. All right, I feel you, but I'm trying to get them to 8 losses to make sure they're out.
Yeah.
And how do you get? Even if they lose to the Colts, that's 6. They would have to lose to the Texans and the Broncos to get to 8. Or the Texans and 2 out of the 3, Texans, Chargers, Broncos.
Well, what if they're just at 7?
At 7, then you bring in all these tiebreakers.
We have them.
Well, yeah, in a head-to-head. But once you start bringing in 3 teams, you don't know where that goes. Like, you just don't know. And it's hard to predict all the tiebreakers. Now, but if the Chiefs could be in a bad spot in the tiebreakers.
If the Jags are 10-7, the Chargers are 10-7, and the Chiefs are 10-7,
there's no head-to-head then, I don't believe.
But we have the head-to-head against both of them.
You're right. Yeah. Then there would be that.
I mean, if it's the Dolphins somehow, some way, or something like that, or the Ravens.
Well, it could be the
different.
Ravens or the Steelers or something like that. You know,
and the Ravens are the team that scares me.
Well, the Bills.
I don't want to see the Ravens.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see the Ravens either. But the Ravens, I think, are going to win the division. It's really where the Steelers are going to end up.
Well, we should probably look at the Steelers' remaining schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I have. So
honestly, it may not matter depending on Aaron Rodgers. Like they may be. I mean. That offense won't be able to function.
Oh, they still got at Ravens, at Detroit.
Well, they got
Ravens.
They got the Bears at the Bears this week, and obviously they're winning. Then they got the Bills.
Hang on, they're winning. Who is the Bears winning?
The Bears have been winning.
Oh yeah. Gotcha.
So the Bears, the Bills, the Ravens are their next 3. The Dolphins are getting hotter, and then they go the Lions, the Browns at the Browns, which is at that defense, and I know they'll probably lose anyway, but that defense is so damn good. And then the Ravens again. I mean, Pittsburgh might win 2 more games.
Oh yeah.
And so then they would be totally out of it. Then they would be totally out of it. Yep. So, again, guys, I'm not – I just feel –
Meanwhile, Pickens looks like one of the best receivers in the league last night.
Yeah.
They sure could use him in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he was fantastic. So, anyway, I think I want to keep the avenue open for the division. And not to mean like a sweep. Like, I don't think the Jags are sweeping the Colts. I've not said that once. I do think they're going to split with the Colts. But so I want the avenue in where if you split with the Colts, you've got to gain 2 games. Well, the Chiefs is a team where it can beat the Colts, you would think. Mm-hmm. And then just to go over, since we're kind of in the middle of all this right now, here's the rest of the Indianapolis schedule, which, again, I feel like the way they've played, they can beat anybody. I'm not taking that away from them. They go the Chiefs, a Texans team by that time that should get Stroud back. We'll see. The Jags, the Seahawks, the 49ers right after that before they play the Jags and the Texans again. Mm-hmm. That's a tough-ass schedule now. And I will say it's at the Seahawks and home against the Niners.
Maybe we should root for a tie.
A tie with the Colts.
The Colts and the Chiefs.
I don't know. The ties some feel like they help the other team often.
That might actually shut down the whole system like Twitter.
So anyway, I think it's a great question. I think it's a big game. Here's the other big game is the Bills and Texans because it can work the same way. Like I think the Texans have a hard time getting past 9 wins on their schedule right now. Now, if they beat the Bills, that could change. But if they beat the Bills, and the Bills might be in some trouble anyway down the stretch. They might be in the same boat everybody else is. So
I don't know. I trust the Bills a lot more than that. Like, I do
think
too.
I do too. I think the Bills are going to win this game.
Yeah.
It looks like Stroud's going to be out, by the way. I mean, are they going 3-0 with Davis Mills as the quarterback against the Jags, the Titans, and the Bills? Like, that would be amazing.
But also keep in mind, Texans have Bills and then the Colts. Like, say the Texans get beat by the Bills, and we'll see with Stroud and everything, but if he doesn't come back for the Colts game, they lose 2 in a row. They're probably out of playoff picture, and then it's like, okay, do we just shut down C.J. Stroud because he's having the vision problems or whatever? So,
man, if only Tennessee would have been able to find a way to pull through, they only lost
would
by
have been
3.
a huge helper. Would have been a huge helper, right? I mean, that would have really. Hell, if only the Jags played the fourth quarter last week.
Well, that's very true.
Right?
That's all you needed. Yeah.
I think you're going to be able to do a lot of that this year. Right now, let me finish this little exercise with this. I feel like the Jags could be anywhere from AFC South champs, 5th seed, 6th seed, 7th seed, out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough?
Yeah.
I mean, everything is in play. And I think everybody would sign up for the Jags schedule right now to do that. You control destiny with the team of the division. And then obviously you got the light schedule, which then you just got to take care of business. So what's the high water mark do you really think that the Jags could do this over the next they got 7. What are we at? It's 6-4. 7 games to go?
Yeah, it's 10 for me.
Oh, it's the highest you get is 10.
Yes. I mean, I would be shocked if they won 11. I just don't think you could put that much trust in this team against anybody right now.
I know,
like flip a coin out there in Arizona. That's how I'm feeling about it.
Well,
with 5 games to go.
You should feel that way about
days.
Arizona. I think Arizona's a tough game. I'd say this all the time to people. Remember 2017 when the Jags were really good? They went out to Arizona this time of year, and that team lost to Arizona. And Arizona wasn't like any great shakes. So I don't think that's an easy game. And by the way, you're going out to the West Coast for I know is Arizona Mountain Time or is it West Coast? I think it's Mountain Time.
I think it's Mountain.
Essentially, you're going out west for a 3rd time this year. And you're going to go for a 4th time, with Denver game. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's tough to keep doing that. But what do you think? We end up with 10, 11? Is 11 in reach? I have 11.
I mean,
10
sure.
10, 11.
I mean, sure. 11's it could be in reach, but like if I'm kind of with Hamby here, I think the gold standard's got to be 10. I think that's what you want is 10.
Absolutely, yeah. I would agree with you. What's the floor, guys? Right now at 6-4, wouldn't you think the floor is 9?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yep,
would you buy that? I mean, it's hard to see them not getting 3 more wins, wouldn't you think?
Side note, I am glad that the Colts game is not the week after the Cardinals. Because in the psychology of you're going to be looking ahead to that Colts game.
No.
You could look past the Cardinals.
Titans, man. I don't think so. I mean, once again, it's a new regime.
If it was Cardinals, then Colts.
Right after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm glad the Titans are after the Cardinals.
Okay.
I think there's a chance. There's a chance, and this might be good or bad, that the Jags could go win 5 games in a row coming off the Chargers game. Like a legitimate chance. I think they can beat this Cardinals team. I think they should beat the Titans team. And I think they can beat the Colts at home, and then they would have the Jets at home. I'm not predicting it. I'm just telling you I think there's a decent chance they could go roll off 5 in a row. But I'm not predicting 11 wins, but I think they can get to 11 if they start to play good football. I really wonder what that win just did to them. And I have no idea, just like I have no idea what that 4th quarter loss did.
And yet, would you be shocked, totally shocked, if they beat the Cardinals and then find a way to lose on a game-winning field goal to the Titans?
I would be a little surprised at this point, the way Tennessee is. But I will tell you this. I feel like that Tennessee Jets swing in the last 6 weeks of the season is going to be more difficult than people think.
Of course. The NFL, man. It's parody.
And it's the Jags and everything.
Yeah. Without a doubt. Like, I don't think the Titans and the Jets are just, all right, chalk them up as dubs.
I don't either.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think close.
They just took the Texans to the brink.
They did. And listen, they kind of messed around with the Chargers, I think, too, earlier this year.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, they've had some – I mean, they did beat the Cardinals in a crazy way. Their only win is crazy. Like, that's what's weird about the Titans. Like, they've been pretty damn bad.
Yeah.
Like, they've been bad. And so I would hope the Jaguars with everything right there. But I think we've hoped that in the past.
Yes, we have.
I don't think 2023, man, I saw it at the end of that season. That game against the Titans, I don't think anybody could predict the Jags would have played the way they played. Now, that Titans team was even better, I would think, because they had Derrick Henry and Mike Vrabel was still there, I think, right, and everything. But my goodness, anything's possible when I saw that happen. And the Jags beat the Colts in a similar fashion 2 years prior when the Colts had everything on the table. So we'll see. But it's kind of fun to talk about. I do think the mark is between 9 and 11, and I think the mark is between the AFC South champs and out of the playoffs. What a time to be alive. I mean, this is what we wanted.
Yeah.
This is what we asked for at the beginning of the year. This is what we asked for all offseason. This is what we asked for every year, is to be in the conversation and mess with everybody's emotions throughout the holiday season. And you're getting it. I don't know if we're going to be back on Twitter at some point or not, but we are on everything else, it looks like, right, Hamby? Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, if you like that, too. And if you miss any of the show, if you're just jumping in, you can always check out the podcast, by the way. And, you can watch us on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. That's actionsportsjacks.com. And you can find it on the app, Action News Jacks app. And you can watch it right at home. Action News Jacks Now. It's Apple TV. It's Vizio, Samsung, all the rest. We're everywhere, folks. You don't have to just find us on Twitter. Talk a little bit about the Cowboys win. Austin asked an interesting question about the bad teams. Are there some good bad teams, or at least entertaining bad teams? Liam Coen's play calling is a thing of beauty coming off that Sunday game. Where does he go from here? And then the Ole Miss situation, I hope I don't get on my soapbox. Am I going to get on my soapbox about coaches again?
Yep.
Probably. More to come. What happened to Duke? Oh, yeah. I know what happened to Duke. And we had a fun show last night, man. I love these stories. Wow, we're in the business. Striggow and Green were on Jags Report Live. That was a lot of fun.
Sounds like a buddy cop film.
It does. It does do that. We'll be right back. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville, off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
The intensity, not one Chargers fan in sight. All right.
How about those glasses?
I'm not mad at those glasses.
How about the stash?
Some Oaks. That's a real stash, too. I'm not mad
yeah.
at that either. Kid's getting ready to do a 6-7, just waiting for it. Mm-hmm. Oh, here! Oh, he's looking. He's trying to. He's like, kick that field goal. Let's go.
Those gloves are a little big.
Those are players' gloves, I assume, right?
Yeah, I think he had a big day.
Player gave them to him. Yeah. Nice.
That's awesome. Last time in Arizona, we got beat by Gabbert, says Mr. Pico. Was it?
It's amazing how I've deleted that from my mind.
Yeah. Compare Trevor's stats to this year to last year. I actually did that last night.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like, I don't know if that's I don't know what we're proving there because they are kind of identical.
Are they?
Yeah. The other thing is I thought he had more fumbles in his career. Because remember fumbling was a big thing?
Well, it was his rookie year, right?
Second year.
Or second year, I'm sorry, yeah.
So it was.
Philly game.
But you're right. It was basically that year. He had 5 fumbles and lost 4 of them. And I think this year he's at 2 fumbles, lost 1, which is probably pretty typical for a quarterback. So it's not like it's an issue, knock on wood. But I thought there was a label almost to getting to Trevor, like a lot of conversation about holding on to the ball fumble-wise, too. It wasn't as drastic as I guess I thought. And you're right. I think 2 or 3 of them came in that Philly rainy game back in 2022, which was just a nightmare of a game for everybody.
He almost had, they didn't count it, but he almost had one towards the end of the game. Did you guys at any point in that fourth quarter when Trey Lance comes in and obviously Jim Harbaugh was waving the white flag, were you guys hoping that they took Trevor out? Because I was.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were.
I'm like, please don't let like a Jane Daniels thing happen.
And then on that play, that was a play where you could get hurt.
Oh, yeah, I immediately thought, look, hopefully his arm's okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's
I don't get it. Like,
I know. It's a tough deal in the NFL. There was still like 8.5 minutes to go in the game. That game,
sure.
But it was at the time.
Yeah,
but it was
over. I mean, they put in Trey Lance. When Trey Lance enters the game, it's probably over.
Well, you know what's pretty wild about that situation is they put in Trey Lance, or they're about to put in Trey Lance, or maybe they had already taken him out. I think they had already put in Trey Lance. Jags got the ball back. Jags on that 4th down play, they rule it a fumble at first,
right.
And so Chargers get the ball like the Jags 47-yard line or something, whatever it might be. Herbert starts warming up.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to put him back in, and then they rightfully make the call because if it was right against Burrow and the Jags, then it was right here in Jacksonville.
Right.
And which I was kind of proud of myself in that moment. I was like, that's the exact Burrow call. Like it doesn't matter. It looks like a fumble, but it didn't matter. The ball never leaves his hand. It got stuffed, and the way they explained it against Cincinnati, then it doesn't matter. It's a forward pass. So, but anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, I think a lot of people are on your side here. And I'm not against your side. I don't know when the time to pull. There's like this goofy unwritten rule in sports sometimes that I think people get wrapped up in. where especially in the NFL, you usually don't take guys out. Heck, ETN was in the game late. I was like, but who are you going with?
So was Josh.
But this is what I don't get, and I don't get why coaches do this. Because if it's basketball and you're up by 20 with like 5 minutes left in the game, well, I should probably say up by 30 with 5 minutes left in the game, you're pulling your starters. If you're up by a lot, unless you're going for a no-hitter, you're probably going to pull your pitcher a little early. Like, why you keep in one of the most physically demanding games, why you keep your quarterback or even other players in there that are that are a big part of your team? I don't understand it.
Yeah, I get it.
Quick trivia question, a couple of them actually, going off of Mr. Pico's comment about the last time the Jags played in Arizona, they lost to Blaine Gabbert, who was the Cardinals' leading rusher in that football game.
We get a year or not?
2017.
2017, Cardinals leading rusher in 2017. Johnson was gone, huh? Or was he there still? David Johnson. Okay.
Not David Johnson.
David Johnson, good call.
No, don't see him on the stat sheet.
Okay. He must have been in Houston
hurt or Houston by then.
I would be shocked.
No, because they didn't have Hopkins at that time.
If you get this.
He wouldn't have been in Houston by that time. He must have been hurt. Or might have been even early.
You're going to be shocked if we get this, Hamby?
Yeah.
Is it a name they should know?
Emmett Smith.
Yes.
Kidding.
Emmett Smith. There you go.
He was in Arizona.
Edger and James.
Yeah, there you go. There's another name. You're going to be shocked, you said?
Mm-hmm.
2017.
I don't remember much about that team. Larry Fitzgerald was there. I know that.
He was. He had 3 catches for 12 yards.
Wow. And they won. What was the score of that game?
27-24.
It was a good game. My kids and Steph came to that game. I remember.
Hamby, do you have the guy's number? Like the player, the running back?
23.
Do you know? Okay, he's number 23. Okay.
Not going to be.
Yeah,
I was there.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to be good at this. So it was Gabbert, the quarterback.
It was.
I remember that part. Who was supposed to be their quarterback? Like, who was their quarterback that season? Any idea?
But
anyway, this whole kind of the story will tell you that 17 team gave up 27 points to Arizona this time of year. By the way, I would say this.
It was Palmer for 7 games.
It was Carson Palmer?
Yep.
Wow. Still playing at 17, huh? 17 doesn't seem like that long ago to me, but then when you bring up names like Carson Palmer, it seems like he would have retired 15 years ago.
The leading rusher of this game that you're guessing was also their leading rusher that year. Only played in 6 games.
Must have been pretty good in those 6 games. Yeah, I'm never going to get this. I'm not even thinking about it anymore.
Adrian Peterson.
Wow.
That was a very, very, very long time ago, huh?
Well, 20 carries for 79 yards. Added 4 catches for 20. And that year, he led the team in rushing just 6 games with 450 yards.
Wow.
Then it was Kerwin Williams, Elijah Penny, and Chad Johnson.
I got it.
What was that game? Can you tell me how that game went? Refresh my memory.
Okay, so Ricky Seals-Jones was their leading receiver. Yeldon was the Jags' leading receiver. Let's see. Started slow, 13-3 at halftime. Cardinals in the lead. 16-10 going into the fourth quarter. It was a fumble return touchdown that gave the Jags the lead. Calais had the fumble return touchdown. And then the Cardinals came right back. Gabbert went all the way down the field, threw a 52-yard bomb to Jaron Brown, then a 2-pointer to Larry. The Jags then scored. Bortles took us all the way down. Keelan Cole, couple catches. Mercedes, couple catches. 24 all. Gabbert throws a pick. Bortles comes right back and throws a pick. Punt. Cardinals field goal. That was pretty much with time. 57-yarder as time expired. One second left.
How much? 50 what?
57.
57-yarder?
With 1 second left.
Who was the kicker?
Dawson.
Really? The old Cleveland Brown kicker.
Mm-hmm.
57-yarder? That's a long one at that point.
57.
So, I mean, Hamby's got me down this wormhole right now.
What was the Jags' record after they lost that game? You remember?
7-4.
Well, if they beat them, they could be 7-4. That is a crazy game. I do remember Calais now.
They were 5-6.
Adrian Peterson played for 15 years in the league. He played on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams where he actually started.
Wow.
I do not remember some of these teams that he played on. And Arizona was, it makes sense. I can picture it now. Give me some, obviously you have Minnesota. You have Washington. Do you remember Washington? Yes. I remember the Washington years.
All right, so then Arizona, and he played for 4 other teams.
I can't look at it.
Adrian Peterson started for 4 other teams. Now, it wasn't for a lot of games per se, but he has a credited start with 4 other teams.
Oh, my gosh.
Who are those other
so
teams?
This
is insane.
I can't help you.
Oh, you saw it, Hamby?
Yeah.
Were you kind of shocked by it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did he end up? No, I'm not. This is going to be total guessing because nothing is popping in my mind other than
something should.
I thought he played for a couple years with someone else. Is that right?
Well, he played 2 years in Washington.
Maybe that was
and then spent a year in Arizona. Spent a year with this other. Then the 4 other teams was just a 1 year. It was a rental. It was a lease.
Or a couple of.
Did he play with the Saints?
Played with the Saints. Saints is one of the teams, correct?
Wow.
Had 4 starts with the Saints, I think it was. Says here. Or 4 games with the Saints.
So there's only really one more team that you should get.
He did. Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I feel like he might have had this, but I'm not really sure. It was like Indianapolis.
No.
He didn't? Okay. He didn't play in the South at all?
Maybe.
Well.
Houston it was.
Nope.
No. He played for Tennessee?
Adrian Peterson was a Tennessee Titan. Started 2 games, played in 3.
What year?
21, last year.
That would have been with Derrick Henry? Is Derrick Henry and Adrian Peterson the same? Well, maybe not same backfield. Maybe Derrick got hurt.
Obviously, if Adrian Peterson was starting, I guess Derrick got hurt.
I don't remember.
Other team is in 2017. It was the first team he played on after Minnesota.
Yep.
2 teams pop in my mind, and I have no idea. One is Chicago, and the other one is Seattle.
Seattle.
It was Seattle.
But that was 2021. That was his last ever game.
Yeah.
Seattle was his last ever game.
Well, Hamby, he said New Orleans already.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said nice job.
You said nice.
Oh.
You all right?
Yeah.
My
bad.
Because he's saying, it's right after. I'm like, well, I think he said that.
So we got Minnesota, Washington, Arizona, Saints, Seattle, Titans. There's one more.
One more. And this one he started 10 games on.
Yeah, he played a full season.
Yep.
What year?
2020.
COVID year.
Which makes some sense then, because I don't remember this at all.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's just total guessing.
The starting.
I'm gonna try to say. Was there any chance that he played for the Bills?
I'm not mad at that guess, but no, not the Bills.
Can't picture you, Adrian Peterson. Did you wear 23 for them?
Good question. I don't know how to. Can you find that out?
Was he 23? He wasn't 23 in Minnesota, though, was he? What's Adrian Peterson's number?
I thought it was 26 or 28.
I think it was 28, wasn't it? Now
probably was 28.
So this year
it was 28.
On
this team,
Swift's first year, rookie year, and Kerryon Johnson's second year. Kerryon was technically supposed to be the lead back.
So he just said the Eagles?
Well, no. This is
where
where
I just gave it away.
Yeah, you really just gave it away. This is where DeAndre Swift started.
Swift for the Eagles, Detroit.
No, yeah, there you go.
My
Detroit.
bad.
No, you're good, man. You're fine.
He did just give it away.
God,
I wasn't there. I will tell you this: I was not going to get to Detroit.
Yeah,
for some reason, I had that Northeast in my mind that he might have played up there.
Looking up Adrian Peterson in a Lions jersey is unreal. I'll say that much. It doesn't even make any sense. I don't know.
Hey, back to Arizona for a second. Isn't it crazy the players that they've had? I always say this. Mm-hmm. Like they've had. Well, they have the one really good year. Like, what's Arizona's record like year by year? Because I don't know how many winning seasons they've even had. But they have had some remarkable players along the way, from Larry Fitzgerald to our guy Calais to Patrick Peterson
Hopkins.
to Carson Palmer to then they get the late guys in their career like the Hopkins of the world to Adrian Peterson.
David Johnson was regarded as the top running back in fantasy for 1 year with Arizona.
And
He fell off the face of the earth.
so they have had in the last
Jason Babin.
in 21 they had 11. I'm not going into that. Emmitt Smith, you're right. Emmitt Smith, that was another one I was thinking actually. I said, what did I say earlier?
Freeney. They had Freeney.
But I said
nice.
from Indianapolis, Edgerrin James.
Adrian James,
Yeah.
They had Edgerrin James. I mean, they've had some unbelievable players. And in 2021, they won 11 games, lost in the wild card. In 2020, they were 500. In 2017, that year, they were 500, which is good for them.
Yeah.
And then they had this 3-year run in 13, 14, 15 with Arians, where they won 10 games, 11 games, and 13 games. And prior to that, you go back to the Super Bowl, of course, seasons with Kurt Warner in 2008 and 9. So, like, that's 6 seasons going all the way back to 2007. And prior to that, from 2008, you have to go all the way back to 1998 to find a winning season. And then prior to that, you have to go all the way back to 1984. 1985 to 2008. One winning season
That's crazy.
for the Arizona Cardinals. That is incredible.
This is
Hey, guys, we say this sometimes.
Could be worse.
It actually can be worse.
Let me ask you this.
Like, it can be worse. Ask Cleveland. Ask Buffalo for 20 years. Ask the Patriots my whole childhood. It's amazing.
This is, I mean, obviously, this will rub some Arizona fans the wrong way, and we're biased because we're in Jacksonville. Has Arizona been the most irrelevant franchise in the NFL? Because here's why I say it. I'm not saying, like, the worst franchise, right? Because, like, Cleveland, and I get it, Jacksonville, but, like, I feel like even, like, Cleveland has always been in, like, the vein of conversation just because of how bad it is.
They're not irrelevant.
Yeah, exactly. Even Jacksonville, like, when it was bad, hey, if we're going to be bad, it's going to be bad in front of the whole world.
Yeah.
We're going to have coaches going to the bars in Cincinnati, and you're going to talk about that. We're going to, supposedly kick kickers. Like, at least we have bad optics, but they're talked about. Does anybody ever talk about the Arizona Cardinals?
No. I've long said this, guys, and I don't get it, and this is not a knock. Arizona's a cool place. I think they've had some great players in other sports. I think they've got some good teams, kind of fun teams at times. But I think the Arizona sports scene is as irrelevant as it comes on a national standpoint than anybody else, especially since they have an NBA team, an NHL team.
Oh, they do?
A baseball team.
They have a hockey team?
Oh, they don't have a hockey team.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
No, that was a joke.
I thought I messed that up.
Oh, no,
they did and didn't, and then whatever. But
shout out to the Coyotes.
And then NFL. Yeah, like, as I believe, I would always say, I feel like Arizona, for whatever reason, their pro sports team are very irrelevant most of the time. And I always say that down in, like, Miami with, like, the Florida Panthers. Those are my two examples of almost irrelevancy. Without, like, a bias. You could say Seattle at times because it's just a West Coast bias where you're just not talking about them. You don't talk about the Mariners a lot or the Seahawks. But you didn't,
True.
like, for a while. But and then your California teams are such big markets that you're going to get them talked about.
And then at least, like, the Miami, I mean, once again, this is relevancy because they're successful, but they had the Heat, and like, like the Heat and the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But, like,
And the
Arizona. yeah. But Arizona.
It's a weird deal. And I'll give you another part of this. So if you're thinking it's just a West Coast thing, well, they're 2 hours out. Well, so is Denver. Denver's not irrelevant.
Denver is.
And Arizona's like Arizona and Colorado, I think, are similar in terms of kind of cool states.
Yeah.
Like, go visit all these other things. I don't understand why, but they are pretty irrelevant. And that's a good point there, Mr. Hugo. Yeah, they played in the Super Bowl, won a World Series. I'll even give you something else. They're a destination for a bunch of events like Final Fours and Super Bowls and everything else, but they're not nearly as relevant, at least in my mind, as, like, New Orleans is for those kind of things, or even Indianapolis is for those kind of things. So it's a really weird deal. And I'll tell you this, like it's maybe our favorite trip. Like the kids and Steph have like tried to go on a road trip every year.
Yeah,
they're not going this year, but they've been in different places like Tennessee and went out to L.A. one year, and I haven't been to all of them, but they've been to some places. Well, Arizona, I thought was like the greatest trip because you could do like in 3 days. You can go all the way up to Grand Canyon, and you can see other places like if you want to go see Sedona. If you want to stay in Phoenix, you got Scottsdale. Like there's so many different parts of Arizona. And if you actually go in those 3 days, the climate changes so much. It's like you're in 3 different states. Like you can start in Phoenix where it's going to be 80. By the time you get to Sedona, it's like 55 and it's snowing in Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So it's a great place to go, like on a road trip. I know it's too late probably to advise going on a road trip to Arizona this week, but it's a good road trip to go on. But yeah, it's
all like desert. I've never been to Arizona. I've never played in Arizona.
Oh, you never did?
No, I never got to play.
So you've never been to Arizona?
They played here, but I've never got to been. Yeah, I've never been to Arizona.
Yeah. I think Arizona. Yeah, a lot. Well, a little bit of everything. But yeah,
dry, huh?
Desert.
Maybe everyone's
it's got a Vegas feel. Maybe it's a Vegas feel.
Yeah, but like Vegas is like
Well, I'm not saying it's got the strip feel. I'm just saying from a landscape standpoint.
Maybe like everyone's dehydrated there, and they're just kind of like
that's
tired.
Exactly what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like no one's hydrating there, so like it's Cardinals, whatever.
Well, I think it's very much like the state of Florida. It's a lot of.
Brent, we're passionate though. We're hydrated here.
It's transient. It's a transient place. People move to Arizona, right? I don't know. I think there are probably a lot of people from Arizona, just like Florida. But you feel like everybody you run into has moved to Arizona.
Yeah, I can't say I know one person who actually grew up in Arizona.
Who grew up in Arizona, right?
Interesting.
So, anyway, that's our geography lesson. That was a great throwback, by the way, to 2017. And ironically enough, Calais makes that big play. Mm-hmm. And this will be the last time he plays against the Jacksonville Jaguars right here. I mean, his career has 7 games to go. And so this is it for Calais Campbell. I mean, we think. I mean, he's kind of said that, right? One more go-around. So we'll assume it is. And I will continue to say this, though. They're a 3-7 football team that's probably not as bad as 3-7. And this will lead us into your next conversation. Let's take a break. Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Who's the most exciting under 500 team there is in the NFL? Got some options here. I mean, Jacoby Brissett just threw for 450 and completed 47. I think there's maybe an easy answer here, but I wonder if there are others that are worth a discussion. We'll be right back. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're going to get him on the ground, and that's going to end the ball game.
We show no mercy. Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown! Duval!
ETN is going to take it all the way!
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here. Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
You have the opportunity to explore what you might want to do with your life.
There's so many opportunities here that it can spark interest that you didn't even know you had.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Ultimatum for Ole Miss. All right, listen, if Lane Kiffin's going to be on social media all the time, and he's going to be like yoga instructor, whatever, and shirt off, and then you know what, dude? Just like take us to a 24-hour Twitch stream of his life right now over the last 3 days and beyond. Like, go all in. Like, somebody just go all in. Let's go all access. Nike, whoever, somebody do it. And let's watch this charade. Because I don't know if this is a smart play by Ole Miss. It doesn't seem to be.
I think it is.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's almost like good for them. If you're going to say over and over and over that you've never been happier and that, you're in the glory days of your life, well, then put your money where your mouth is and stay. Like, quit putting out cryptic tweets. And, because this comes because the family apparently visited Baton Rouge and then visited Gainesville over the last week or so. And with all his tweeting and all this stuff, it's like, quit pulling us along. Like, cut it off. If you're not, we're not going to let you just tug us along, take us for a ride, and then leave us.
But you know how many times you'd like to in life, let's like flip somebody the bird or walk out and say, swear on your way out. That's a little bit what Ole Miss is doing here. And the answer to that is it's not usually the best way to go. Like, it feels great in the moment. but it's not usually the best way to go.
You're just saying, hey, man, you got to let us know.
Well, I get it, but what's the egg on their face? But, well, first of all, do you have any chance? If you do this, you must feel like you have no chance to keep him, in my opinion. Because how does this help you keep him?
You look a little desperate, yeah.
You look a little desperate. Mm-hmm. And then if he, let's just say December 1st rolls around, and because they give him like November 28th, I think is the deadline, the Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
It's like December 1st rolls around, hasn't made up a decision when they're like, okay, you're fired? They're not going to do that.
See, and this is the thing. If he's going to go, guess what? He's going to go. And if he's going to stay, he's going to stay. The ultimatum, to me, the only thing that it accomplishes is that it almost pushes him more away. Because it almost pisses him off. Because now you're telling him, well, hey, you got to do it this way.
Now, here's where I am on this.
I think he has an extension on his desk, though, from Ole Miss that he's been twiddling his thumbs about.
He does have one on. Yeah, I think you're right.
That's
what should.
Yeah.
So that's where it's more like, it's not just verbal commitment. It's like, hey, dude, we have gone above and beyond and offered you more money.
I agree. I get that.
We want to know, we are proving to you that we are committed to you. And we're willing to compensate you to stay above and beyond. We've also given you an opportunity to resurrect your head coaching career and your image. Like, it's been mutual. You have brought us a ton of wins and national relevance and playoff and all this stuff. We have given you a chance to rebuild your career. You've never been happier. You've said that. It's been mutual. We've now gone above and beyond to pay you even more millions of dollars. And you're taking it and going to Twitter. You're going to whatever and tugging us along. Like, we need an answer.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is real life like Bachelor. Like that being played out in the college football world, which I think is the stupidest show anyway. But, I mean, this is what it is. And I get it, Hamby. Like, I think they're in a hard spot.
They are.
I'm not hammering Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is in a really tough spot here. And I kind of feel for them. Because of all the things you just said, I think they had to feel like they're going to do something. And here's where I feel for Ole Miss. If Ole Miss just waits this out, which they're probably going to have to wait this out, they're in the middle of a playoff run, their best season. And how does this affect that? But also, do they get left at the altar with like the sixth best candidate that's out there in the coaching cycle because this dude's stringing us along? And this is where I go back to, again, you said it, I was going to get on my soapbox. This is where I think it's just BS about these coaches, because this is where my whole thing comes from, where you can complain all you want about what the student athlete does now, but you're sitting here holding 3 universities, 3 college programs hostage, and you're not even paying enough attention right now to your own team that is 10-1. You are allowing it to be a distraction. And yeah, is it the game? Is it how it's played? Is it Jimmy Sexton? Is it all this? Probably. But does that make it right? You are part of the reason we are in the world we're in college sports, because the athlete said, if you can do this, I can do this. And then you bitch about it when they do it.
That's 2 days in a row.
Do you think his
but
players
I can't
know?
stand this part of it.
Do you think his players know at all?
Oh, I bet they don't, because he's got to keep them locked in. And I almost wonder, do they care as much because they're locked into this season? And he can say he's locked into this season, and yeah, they're on a bye week and all that. But how can you be fully in? How can you be fully in if at home you're going home at night now, which you weren't doing 2 or 3 weeks ago or a month ago, and saying, hey, honey, how'd you like Gainesville? How did you like Baton Rouge? Yeah. What are you doing for school for Knox? And what do you think? How are we going to, what $3.5 million house are we going to buy? Okay, well, that starts distracting from you being 10-1 and trying to win a national championship. And quite frankly, I think he owes it to those kids and to the university that's paying him right now to do that. And if he wants to hold anybody hostage, he could hold Florida and LSU hostage. It's their damn fault that they fired their coach. He doesn't owe anything to Florida and LSU that's hunting for him. He can put them off at least until December to at least finish the season and say, we're not going to go fly on private jets to Baton Rouge and Gainesville to check out schools. He's feeding right into this, in my opinion, and I think it's kind of BS.
There's a period where players can transfer and get out if they want to get out and everything. Should the NCAA implement a rule where there's almost like a limit to when coaches can talk to, like, say you get fired or say you have interest in another spot. There's a window after the season that's open where they're allowed to talk to other universities as opposed to doing it during the season. Like, why doesn't the NCAA step in and say, hey, when college football is happening right now, there can't be any kind of tampering, any kind of dialogue going on between coaches right now that are on a different team? If you get fired, I think it's different. But if you're at a university and you're coaching to try to go to the college football playoff, you are not allowed to talk to anybody else. Why don't they have like tampering rules like that?
I think they could. Maybe they should. I hadn't thought a lot about it, but I think it's fair. Like, you can have a window of time in December.
Wait till after the season.
Or wait. Now, if you wait all the way, here's the recruiting mess that goes into it. You lose a year and all this snowballs.
Then maybe that's incentive not to fire a coach and have the buyout then.
You're right. Maybe this thing needs, and I think people have argued that, like, line this thing up better.
Mm-hmm.
But this is really, again, we can sit here all we want and say this is the system. But it's you morons in the room that are the adults in the room that have created the system. Stop feeding the system. Change the system that allows for at least a more equitable way to handle business. And this is, again, the way they handle this right now is how we got, in my opinion, to where we are in college athletics. And it's all the coaches' faults. And yet they're the ones that complain about it. Like, it's just an amazing, amazing dynamic that nobody wants to talk about, write about, whatever about. And, I mean, I can't say it enough, and I've said it for years, and that's why I say the big-time college football and basketball coach have created the situation that we are currently in today, and this is example A. I get it. You get an opportunity, you should be free to get an opportunity. But at the expense of all this seems kind of insane. And the one other thing, guys, is you get all these rumors. I mean, you go, like, everybody's got an insider. Like, this past weekend, it was, hey, something's coming out on Sunday. Now, some people say that wasn't about the coach. And now at LSU, they're like, hey, the contract's already done. At Florida, there's a $3.5 million house that's been bought that Dan Mullen used to live in. Like, whoa, my goodness, this is so unfair to Ole Miss. In many respects.
And that's why they're asking for the ultimatum, because they just want to know.
But it's not going to help them. It's still going to be unfair to Ole Miss.
Hamby, from a zoomed-out perspective, though, what would it say?
This is a zoomed-out perspective, by the way. I don't give a damn about all three schools.
Even more so, though. Just the fact that a coach might leave a team that's in the playoff for a team that's 3-7 or 4-8.
Yeah, it's insane. And he's not good enough.
Money and resources.
He's not Nick Saban. He's not Nick Saban.
I agree.
There's no guarantee. Brian Kelly was supposed to be a guarantee at LSU. Look how that worked out. He's the hottest guy going. He's a damn good coach. He's really done a great job. But all this is no guarantee. That's the stupid part of the game, in my opinion. Like, it's so ridiculous. I mean, it's like a high school fight over a cheerleader, and you're never going to marry her. I mean, It's like. It's just it's a wild thing, man, and we are just in it. Like, we think this is normal. This isn't normal, but we have made it normal in college athletics. And shame on the people like presidents, athletic directors, coaches, and everybody else and boosters that have done it. This should not be normalized and celebrated.
I wonder if Florida thinks that they've been done a favor by Ole Miss with the ultimatums, because they're going to get an answer sooner, or LSU. Like LSU or Florida.
Probably.
Say that again?
They're thanking Ole Miss. Oh, thank you for doing this ultimatum.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Then we're also getting a decision sooner, so that if it's not Lane, who we're trying, chips all in, we can find a backup plan, which obviously they should be doing their due diligence and finding a backup plan now. It would be insane, especially with all the openings, LSU, for Florida to think that they've got Lane in the bag or whatever, to not have a backup plan. But still, I think they're like, oh, well, that's good. At least we're going to know in a week and a half.
Listen, behind the scenes, here's how this stuff works. Jimmy Sexton already knows how this thing's going. And that means other people already know how this is going down. Mm-hmm. Like, the answer is already done. The rest is all gamesmanship and
saving
contracts and how do you make it work. And to that point, is Greg Sankey involved in the SEC to make sure everybody lands in a decent spot and they do this by the book? Who knows? But in my opinion, this is probably all done. The people at Florida feel like they've got a great chance to get him. I'm assuming the people at LSU wouldn't be wasting their time if they didn't think they had a chance to get him. And Ole Miss is trying to hang on for dear life and try to win a national championship because this might be their only opportunity for the next 5 decades.
So, yeah. And I think Lane Kiffin has a precedent to go, hey, I'm going to stay at Ole Miss. Because I think if he does that, then I think the college landscape changes. Like, I think if this is 20 years ago and we're talking about this situation, yeah, go to Florida, man. It's Florida. It's the Florida Gators. Ole Miss. Who cares? But, like, this is the thing with NIL infrastructure now. And this is why I think, and I get it, it's a bleep show, but, like, this could be the benefit of it, is before NIL and everything, it was always an arms race. It was, you had to have the facilities. I think tradition mattered a lot more and branding mattered a lot more. I think now with NIL and everything and the raising money and the resources, it's even the playing field. So with that being said, like, I don't see why Lane would leave. I mean, I consider it's okay, well, it's the Florida Gators, but what does that really mean now? Okay, so what? Facilities I feel like are similar. I don't know if Florida's facilities are much better. Okay, recruiting? Well, Lane, you have done a pretty good job recruiting regardless, and guess what? It's not like you're chasing after all these 5-star high school prospects anyways anymore, because now it's a transfer portal. So it's not like recruiting in terms of regions is that big a deal. So what is, and once again, sorry Florida Gator fans, but like, what is the big draw to leave a place where you're having a lot of success that you seem to love? That place loves you back. They're going to give you more money. What is the benefit to go to Florida?
I would agree with you, man. I think that gap has really closed. Are LSU and Florida better programs than Ole Miss? Probably. Is the ability to get the NIL? I don't know. Florida has really been behind. LSU is usually on the forefront of all that stuff and the empty pockets, but they also got the governor you have to deal with. So, like, there are good and bad to everybody. And listen, you don't know what tugs at someone's emotions more. There are a lot of people that believe Gainesville tugs at his emotions, his affinity for Spurrier, all the rest. But Baton Rouge, you own the state. You own the state. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a great job to own the state. Even in Mississippi, you don't own the state. You got to split it a little bit with Mississippi State. But right now, he does own the state. And like I've said before, I mean, to me, if I'm on the outside looking in of this, for him, with no feelings involved at all, I would say, yeah, I agree with you. I think Ole Miss, man, just keep it riding. You're already at a good spot. Get it to the finish line, become one of the best dominant programs, build a statue of you, and Ole Miss is a great place. But I just don't know where his wife and family and him, like, those are all factors, obviously.
Sure. But, Hamby, do you think, because, we've had this conversation about parity, and how we all feel about parity in college football. I mean, could this be a benefit of parity? Because I would be honest, I want to see Lane Kiffin stay. I think that would be the best for college football. Yeah. Well, obviously you for different reasons, Hamby. But, like, do you think that parity now can kind of help that situation where he may stay just because, I mean, is going to coach at Florida mean what it meant 15, 20 years ago? Absolutely not.
No, and I think that's why you just saw Signetti stay. I mean, if it wasn't, then he would have left.
Absolutely. Now he's 64 versus, like,
I get
50,
it, but
right?
I mean, you see Braum jump ship immediately if he had the opportunity, and we don't know if he is or not. But all these guys, I mean, you'd see Matt Rule at Penn State, like it wouldn't even be close.
Yeah,
these guys in the past would just go, but they're now able to acquire talent in a way that they never were before.
All right, let me ask you this, because you're the one that's we don't care about a college football team enough to factor in here. But
Brent, are you talking about the Wisconsin Badgers who are back on the mat beating Washington and cover the spread against Indiana? Excuse me?
Come on, baby.
Excuse me?
I'm going to set you back to when Georgia loses to – I'm going to probably put you back a few years, but also in today. So Georgia loses in the Final Four championship game to Tua, right? So that was kind of the start for Kirby Smart.
Yep.
Right around that time where, like, hey, he's got him on this level. Now the question's going to become, can he win it? And that's really where Ole Miss is right now. They're getting to that level. I don't know if they're going to go to the Final Four of the championship, but, that's kind of where they're at.
Right.
Where he's built it over years to get to, bam, we're knocking on that door. So at that time, if Kirby could pick between, then they're going to call from Saban retires to go to Alabama, or you can go to Texas because at that time maybe Charlie Strong gets fired. And you got Texas, Alabama, and stay at Georgia. Now in today's climate, again, different because he's raised it up so much that you would absolutely stay at Georgia because they might be the premier program in the country. I mean, can you imagine what your emotions are? Your gosh, I want him to stay, and man, I'm about to hate you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I can't get there because I don't have a team like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's the comp right now. I mean, you're talking about really good programs. And now the difference is Ole Miss was never Georgia to begin with.
Well, sure.
But
It's
still,
tough
it's
'cause,
as close as I can get to it.
A good buddy of mine is a very, very big Ole Miss fan, and I think he's coming to – he's what's the word? Like, he's coming to grips with the fact that that Lane very well could probably leave. And I don't think he'd be all that pissed at Lane. I think he'd almost be more appreciative of what Lane's done there and how he's put them in a top 10 and in a playoff. And I think because of Lane, the entire university's NIL has gone up, facilities have gone up to where they think that they could go get somebody else, like a Summerall from Tulane, and be right back, at the not necessarily the playoff year one or anything, but they think that, because of what Lane has done and the NIL, and because now all the boosters are really bought in as to where they were not in the past, that with the right coach, they could be right back in 2-3 years, so they don't even necessarily need Lane as much. They're tired of putting up with it, I think, a little bit. I mean, he's glad they did this ultimatum. He's tired of putting up with it. If you want to go after all this after you said all of this stuff and go back on all of it to chase the money or whatever, good riddance. Appreciate your time. Also not going to hate you because you've built our program up. Yeah. But it is a lot of different
I'm
emotions.
hating you. Listen, I mean, listen, this has been a long, back in, Rick Pitino said he was never leaving Providence back in 1987. All right? I mean, they all say they're never leaving until they leave. And this is a little bit of Kiffin being so outspoken, which is kind of the fun part about him, that he's going to get burned by his words. But listen, if you're a fan and if you believe college coaches, then shame on you. I think we've got enough illustration over the years and decades that we don't need to believe what college coaches say. Whether you're a recruit, a fan, an administrator, or whoever, don't believe it. You can love it while it's happening, but it's going to change at some point.
I mean, the SEC is already, I get it, it is college football and everything, but what's better? Lane Kiffin going to Florida, and now, that's a storyline. Like, there's, some bad blood now between them and SEC and everything with Ole Miss, or is it Lane Kiffin staying and setting the precedent? Like, what? Once again, Hamby, take your fandom out of it for a couple seconds if you can. I know it's hard. But, what do you think that is better for the SEC?
I think it's probably better. I do think Florida fans overvalue how college football's fine with the Gators 3-7, okay? It's fine. But I do think Florida football being good in terms of the state of Florida and Florida itself is better than Ole Miss being good. I can't deny that. Mm-hmm. And Florida's been irrelevant in many respects and bad for the better part of 15 years. And that shouldn't be the case. So I think LSU's been good, and they could probably find the next guy that's going to keep them good. I actually think for the betterment of the SEC and for college football, the best landing spot to get Florida back where it should be in the conversation is probably Lane going to Florida.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
I would like Ole Miss, but I'm just saying for the better overall good of it.
I think I'm right with you. I think it would do something. I think Ole Miss can survive without Lane, and I'm not sure Florida can.
Well, Ole Miss can survive without Lane in what? Mediocrity?
I think because of what they've. I don't.
Dude, they're going back to 8-4. They're going to be playing in the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl.
Well, I mean
and that's fine, but that's what they've been. He built them to another spot. They're not duplicating that.
Yeah, but we brought up the example.
Like that,
Dan Mullen left.
You can't just assume they're going to
Mississippi State hasn't been the same.
Well, of course.
Well, Urban left, and Florida's never been the same.
True. Yeah.
I think Ole Miss has a better shot of being better without Lane than Florida does. I'd put it that way.
That's interesting. I don't think I agree with you.
Can you see Lane doing a giant LeBron James decision thing? Do you think he's gonna really drum this up?
Well, that's why I think
he should have a recruiting day.
I hate this crap. Right? I think it's pretty obvious.
Well,
I hate this crap.
I mean, yeah.
But go for it. Just go all in. Go live.
Oh my
Let's just start going hey, if you're Ole Miss now, welcome it. Bring the cameras in, and let's just be a circus for 2 weeks.
Why not? That's what high schoolers do when they for signing day.
Now I want to see the reality show.
By the way, I've had this conversation with my son. If he ever gets a scholarship for football, and I'm telling him right now, hey, you're just going to go on Twitter, you're going to say I'm going here. We're not doing cameras. We're not doing hats. You're going to say, my name is so-and-so, and I'm going here. And that's it. That's all you need.
Can you ask him to please mention the high school?
Oh, Brent.
We can break it here, but mention the high school. The thing that bothers me the worst about kids committing is they don't mention the high school.
That they're coming from?
Yeah. Because they'll shout out to the travel ball, whatever, or the this or the trainer or whatever like that. And it's like, hey, what about the high school,
Lane,
man?
Yep. Lane Family High School, Hard Knock University. There we go.
He will break it on this show. Okay?
Oh, he's got to. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens, but for some reason, I can see Lane staying and then just posting that clip from the
Wolf of
Wall Street.
Yeah,
I'm not leaving. That's the most Lane Kiffin thing ever. I feel like.
Would be great.
Bookmark it, Hamby. Bookmark it now.
All right.
It's a weird. Obviously, James Franklin goes to Virginia Tech, but Florida fans didn't want James Franklin.
No, but Florida State fans did.
Yeah, LSU didn't want James Franklin. Florida State's stuck. Florida State's stuck right now.
They missed out.
It's not that they missed out. They got $100 million to get out of it, and they don't have it.
I know.
So, that ain't happening. But I just, the drop-off in terms of excitement from Lane to everybody else is amazing. And I still can't get over everybody fired their coach this year because of that. You almost needed to know you were going to get him because now you're getting, if you don't get him, you're getting second fiddle at big programs from Penn State to LSU to Florida to if Ole Miss becomes available. Listen, Drinkwitz and Lane Kiffin, it's the Grand Canyon, man. He might be great and he might go win, but it's the Grand Canyon in perception.
Question when does James Franklin take over the team?
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
He's not coaching on the sideline this week, is he?
No, you can't.
No.
But they just named him their head coach. He's the head coach.
Yeah, you usually just have. Are they bowl eligible? Or are they going to be?
No.
Okay, yeah, then.
So he's just gonna watch the game from inside the building?
Yeah, much like a guy would at the bowl season. He would be at the game, but he doesn't. He's not on the sideline. You see what I retweeted? Some guy said this yesterday, and he is so right. This guy says, Dane Young, these dudes are lunatics, all of them. If my job paid me $49 million to go away, I promise you I wouldn't have a new job in a month.
Good point.
Great point.
I mean, these guys just...
Not about the money, Brent. It's about the power.
It is about the power, and we're seeing it firsthand with Lane Kiffin right now, too, in my opinion. Not about the money. So I want the first question at the presser to be then what was it about?
About the power, man.
What was this whole circus about?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. Brent and Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. What do we got? Liam Coen's play calling. And how about a big day for Campanile? Where are we on this coaching staff? So much good, and then a little bit what was that? They getting the message, the consistency, the penalties, the kind of a mixed bag. But at the end of the day, 6-4, you are what your record says you are. A Duke moment we'll tell you about. And I want you to hear some of Danny Striggow and BJ Green from last night on Jags Report Live. We had a fun time with those guys, and their background is really cool. I don't think you get this all the time in the NFL, especially with two guys currently playing and their stories. We'll have that still ahead.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
You okay?
You're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant, or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt. And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
It's funny, I never saw Jim Harbaugh's post-game, and I reminded myself a couple of times over the last couple of days to go look at it.
I watched it.
Was he pissed?
Yeah.
Considering that is the word of the week?
Yeah. It was funny because, like, obviously it's Jim Harbaugh, so, you know, he's kind of this stoic individual. But he just kept repeating the same thing every question. We got beat everywhere. Like every single phase. Special teams, defense, offense. Yeah. And then they asked him about preparation. He's like, oh, yeah, I mean, everything's on the table. We just got beat everywhere. So it was pretty just kind of like the run of the mill.
Yeah.
But you could tell, like, he was not happy.
I wouldn't be either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Herbert's blaming himself for everything.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did you see, was it Geno Smith? Was that real? I just saw the caption, so you never know if it's real. Geno Smith's like, yeah, blame me for everything. Like, and he was just trying to take it. He's like, hey, you have a bad day at work? Blame me. Car breakdown? Blame me. Like, I'm going to take the accountability is basically what it was saying. Did you see the AI thing where Coen punches?
Oh, yeah.
Harbaugh?
That was pretty funny.
What?
You didn't see? I didn't see it yesterday
didn't see it.
until last night either. Maybe Hamby get it.
Yeah, if I had it. But real quick, so like with Herbert, they're like, you literally have like, 2 seconds to get the ball up every single time. Like, what has to happen? He's like, I just got to be better. I feel like, it's like, if I'm Justin Herbert, I'm just like, hey, I don't know what you want me to do. But he's like, yeah, I have to be smarter. We got to run the football a little more. I can check to some things. So, like, dude's taken, like, above and beyond the responsibility for an offensive line that wasn't really doing their part.
It would be nice to hear, and then they would get absolutely fried for it. But, like, you could have done it if you were Bortles late when you knew you weren't coming back, or Gabbert or somebody like that, and be like, do you see who I'm playing with? Like, they haven't blocked for 7 weeks.
Do you think there's like, I'm trying to think, would it be Baker Mayfield? Like, who's the one quarterback that would actually come out and say, like, if things were going bad, where it's like, are you guys not watching? Like, what do you want me to do?
Baker would be on the list. I think like
Shedeur.
The guy that could get away with it is like Mahomes. And
yeah, but you don't think Mahomes would ever?
He would never do it.
He's been in the league for too long, and
somebody kind of hinted yesterday that like Reed got on Mahomes because they were asking about running more. He's like, well, everything turns into a passing play now.
Get him,
like
Andy.
something like that.
What the heck? What is happening? And then there's actually there's an announcer.
I don't know. I don't think there's an announcer.
Okay.
But the falling down part is like absolutely insane.
I love that he crosses his right over his left before he throws it.
I mean, hey, Liam, that's a good looking hook. I'm not gonna lie.
It's funny.
Now keep that backhand up when you throw it.
See the guy behind Liam, right there in the Browns vest? That's Weber.
No way.
So we actually have the shot from the other angle. Man. He didn't punch him.
Okay, so technically, could Weber sue somebody? I mean, because is this legal?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It can't be right. I mean, okay.
I don't think any of our laws are caught up to AI.
Yeah,
I guess not.
I don't know.
Because I know Morgan Freeman's like trying to file something.
Is he really?
His voice is getting used a lot, I guess, in AI.
Well, MLK's family did too.
Well, but didn't that one get stopped when you couldn't use public figures like this?
Can you blame him?
But that was because the company, which I believe is called Sora, mandated it.
He's got a lot of power in that.
Not legally, though.
Yeah, not legally.
All right, can you get that off the screen?
Casey Kurtz was the biggest spokesperson of that whole thing.
Yeah, I know. He kept saying
if I see one, no, they're great though.
Yeah. Why before it says? I thought it was real until the hat didn't come off.
Yeah,
you didn't think it was real.
Dude, I mean, because I feel like we're still kind of in the infancy of AI. Imagine us from like 15 years from like what it's going to look like.
Amazing. Well, like that's a whole hologram world.
I need AI to create a fight between Austin and whoever was in Section 119.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
That's right. It's just unreal. Hey, you asked a question earlier, and 40 minutes later, I'm getting to it. It's right on par. At least I'm getting to it. That's better than some days. The most entertaining under 500 football team to watch, and I'm assuming you're asking this question because of the Cowboys.
Oh, I mean, it had everything last night. You had drama in terms of CeeDee Lamb and Pickens not starting. Yeah. So then fantasy people were going to Twitter because
did Shoddy answer why that happened?
He didn't ask why. He didn't answer why. I think they basically couched it because you could tell from the who was it, Salters?
Yeah.
Like she's like, well, I know like you didn't play them, but she never asked the why.
Yeah.
They probably didn't want it out.
I had a friend who needed like CeeDee to have a good game in fantasy, And he was, because they didn't explain, we didn't know how long they're going to be out for.
Yeah.
It may have been the game. Like, we don't know. So, like, people were panicking with that. And then obviously.
They fed him.
And then they fed him. Yeah. Absolutely fed him. But no, like, I think, like, you know, and I get it's America's team and yada, yada, yada and stuff like that. And they're most probably polarizing NFL team. But they're entertaining. You know, like they have CD, they have George Pickens. You know, Dak's
guys. They're second in points in the NFL.
There you go.
Well,
so that might answer the question right there.
Well, here's the thing: they are easily exciting because their offense is really good, and their defense is really bad, which makes everybody else's offense really good.
True.
So you're going to get the game that everybody wants. Like everybody wants the 40-35 game.
Yeah.
And they're giving it to you just about on a weekly basis. Now, even the Raiders, like, well, I don't know what the score was ended up being, but they were going up and down the field. They just would make a turnover or whatever else that didn't get them in. But that could have easily been a 33-30 game.
Yep.
The way that played out. So
okay.
Yeah, I got to believe they're the most entertaining brand to watch, and they are the Cowboys.
What about the Bengals?
I think they're a little less exciting.
Okay.
But I think the same thing goes into play. They can score 30+, and they're definitely giving up 30. I think they're giving up 33 a game or something.
Plus, like, I think in terms of receivers, even maybe more exciting than CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens is Jamar Chase, you know, when he's not spitting on people, and then T. Higgins.
Well, the part of that that's fascinating, like Pickens hasn't been a problem overall, but he's exciting because you don't know if he is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb can be demonstrative on the sideline. I don't see that out of Higgins and Chase as much.
No. Well,
again, outside of the spin.
Outside, yeah.
Minnesota? By the way, he's going to lose $500,000.
It's insane, man. A $500K spit.
And Hamby, did you get that article I sent him with Albert Breer about?
Oh yeah.
He Sports Illustrated put out an article about that spit,
I
which
didn't see it.
disagree with completely.
Well,
he'll get to it in a second. Hopefully.
Okay.
Minnesota?
No, I don't think they're exciting.
No,
I don't think so. But
okay.
I mean, you think they're exciting?
Well, I mean, see, this is more fantasy thing than anything, but like one of the best wide receivers in the game, Jefferson.
He's having his worst year, right?
Well, the quarterback doesn't help the situation.
No, I'm not saying. I get it.
But Minnesota, it's almost like kind of because I think there were high expectations with McCarthy. Obviously, you let Sam Darnold go, and I just thought that you felt like with Kevin O'Connell, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, you're going to get great offensive play. And now McCarthy looks like, well, is he really the guy or not? Like, I think it's entertaining just because either you're going to tune into an offense that knows what they're doing, or McCarthy or Carson Wentz's arm falling off. Like it's always something with them. It seems like.
The Atlanta Falcons are fascinating. You don't know which team's going to show.
Yeah, you don't know who they are. So, yeah.
There's some entertainment. I think this is a really good point. There are a lot of entertaining under 500 teams. The Giants
got a fun defensive line to watch.
And they were the story of the league, even though they were losing.
Cam Scadbrough last night was on Raw, Brent, by the way.
I was going to ask you about that. Like, I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But, hey, Arizona's not a boring team to watch, and they're 3-7.
Yeah.
So, and I'll give you one other team here that I think sneaks in, and I know I'm starting to sound like I'm on the Miami train. I'm not, but they could be an exciting team to watch, and you kind of wonder where that all is.
Action Sports MIA 24/7 network.
And not only that, because Tua, you never know what he's going to say at the podium. Like, that stuff has been brought up.
McDaniel is just fun to
McDaniel is going by the elbow room after a win over Buffalo. Like, it's a loud building, it seems like right now. So, yeah, I think, not that the NFL needs help, but the NFL is even getting entertainment value out of their crappy teams.
It's wild to me. And you're not wrong. The Dolphins are definitely in the playoff picture, and it's crazy that from how they started, from how it looked, from Tyreek Hill getting hurt out for the season to still like technically being in the playoff picture is unreal to me.
Yeah,
it's unreal because that team looked dead to rights a couple weeks ago. I forgot who they were playing. They got blown out. It's like they quit on McDaniel.
Yeah, the Browns.
They were done.
Yeah,
31-6 to the Browns.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, I think you can argue that Browns defense is so fun to watch if you like that. And Myles Garrett, is he going to get 3, 4, 5 sacks a game?
Yeah.
And then their quarterback stuff and Shedeur Sanders. Again, we'll get to this article in a moment, but
it's not a bad point.
Then there's the Shedeur Sanders part of it. And I know where are we at with the Shedeur Sanders thing? He's going to play, by the way.
Yeah.
He's going to be the starting guy. And I'm not sure he's ready for this. Listen, I haven't been caught up in the whole Shedeur Sanders thing. I think it's been too much. I think this is just our world.
People are all upset that they on the broadcast they said, "Oh, this is his first time getting first team reps."
Oh, I know. People make up so many excuses. You want
Like, no number 3 guy is ever getting a first-team reps.
Yeah, you've had a bunch of quarterbacks come out and be like, you guys don't understand how practice works. Like, guys don't get those reps, which is absolutely true.
Jake Browning did fine against the Jaguars.
Yeah, he ain't getting no first-team reps.
Now, again, I think Sanders is in a really tough spot here. But wasn't somebody just – did I hear Rex Ryan?
Oh, here we go.
Did I hear Rex Ryan talking about Sanders, about whether he was sitting on the bench and that's a selfish move by himself after the game, or did it really hurt him that bad that they lost the game? Like, Rex Ryan's playing into this stuff like a lot too, which I think is just crap from a guy that's like a former coach. I mean, he's really turned on the TV thing, rather than the coach thing.
Yeah, it is. He said, did he care, or are you trying to make it a show of making it about yourself?
It's crazy because, I think when he coached was one of the best personalities in football.
Absolutely.
Rex Ryan.
I'll tell you this all the time. David Garrard said his favorite guy he's ever played for.
And in terms of IQ, probably one of the most intelligent guys when it comes to defenses and everything. So it's crazy how he doesn't have to do that.
He's like Stephen A. Smith.
You don't have to do. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to do it.
He's just he's got he just says he's just a clickbait guy.
Yeah,
he understands a clickbait guy. Usually the coach doesn't do that. The personality does, but he is.
And he was blessed to have great coaching and great personality. So you don't got it. You win.
Yeah,
this is the first time
against Sanders.
by
I
far
don't know how
that
deep
he's
it goes.
singled out Shedeur. He's been doing it.
Oh, he's been killing him
since the draft.
Killing him, yeah. And again, I think some of this is a bit unfair on the whole Shedeur Sanders stuff. I think some of it's brought on by the whole everything that goes into it. You can't just have it when you want to have it either.
But
if you're just the Sanders family and everything else, there's an element to that.
But there's also people that are Skip Bayless is thinking it's a conspiracy where they're trying to set Shedeur up to fail. Yeah. Like of all teams, the Cleveland Browns who've never had a quarterback are going, you know what? This may be our guy, but screw it. No, I don't like him.
This is part of the script.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it's dumb. I think he's in a really hard spot. Their offense isn't any good anyway. They're 2-8, and he's probably not ready.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a first-round guy. So it's not like, boom, hey, look, this is really going to show. We'll see if they can make some things comfortable for him. Dylan Gabriel wasn't doing very well anyway. Yeah. So
who are they playing this
tough
week?
Spot. I did look, actually. It's not anybody good, I don't think. The Raiders.
Hammer the Raiders.
Hammer the Raiders, but also you get to maybe move the football. Maybe you can have a little success, Maybe they can find some. Hammer the Raiders. What the Raiders going to do against that defense?
Yeah.
Hammer the under.
They don't even use Genty in the run game.
What, he had 2 rushes last night or something?
Same with against the Jags.
Yeah.
They don't even try to run.
I know.
Which is kind of nuts. He's been irrelevant. You can talk about, listen, that's who the Jags are going to probably pick.
Yeah.
So, whether you can do the whole Mason Graham thing, and I think he's played pretty well, but not all pro, but pretty well. And obviously there's the Travis Hunter stuff.
Okay. And then Judkins, too,
And Judkins has played well. And then they just got the Tet McMillan, had a good game last week. So, these are these guys that you could have had. But the reality is we think the Jags were going with Ashton Genty.
Sure.
Now, in Jacksonville, would he be playing well? Maybe, but I'm not sure he's playing better than ETN and Tootin. So, did the Jags really, miss with Travis Hunter? I don't think so in the first round. I think what you start to wonder is the Judkins, the next year first round, did they give up too much? It's not that he missed. It's more, did they give up too much? That's the question.
Yeah, and we'll see, man. Running – see, I always feel like you need offensive line to block. And I don't know if Genty really – I don't know how good Genty really is. I really don't know.
I don't either.
It's hard to tell. I mean, you can tell they're trying to use him more in the passing game now to try to, make him a true third down, a every down back. But.
Yeah. I was thinking the Raiders this morning a little bit. I was like, sometimes you swing and miss. Their whole Spy Tech and Pete Carroll thing could have really been effective in Geno Smith. It could have worked. Mm-hmm. But it's not. And to the point where, I keep hearing Pete Carroll say the same thing over and over after Jags game, after last night, all this stuff. Could they be a one and done with the whole Pete Carroll experiment? I doubt it they would do that, but it's
not
it
looking
ain't
good
working
right now. Yeah.
And so, this whole thing where they brought a 72-year-old coach in, and they bring Geno Smith, who sometimes feels like he's 72. It works in Seattle when Sam Darnold, but Seattle let him go at the right time and got Darnold. I don't know. I don't know how you look at that. But they tried to recreate basically, I think, what Seattle is doing right now with, hey, we'll get a good Sam Darnold play, like Geno Smith had been playing good football. and we're going to get this. Well, not really. Or is it just an organizational issue where it's not really Gino's fault, Carroll's fault, whatever? But Spytek they brought in there to kind of help change it too. And the early returns just aren't good on the Raiders. It feels very much the same with all the stuff. All right, bring up that article if you can.
So this is a major.
I didn't see this.
Yeah. So they put out an article saying how it's not a big deal that they shouldn't be suspended for spitting on somebody. You can read the headline here for yourself.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know how you can make this case. So if you can't see it, it's spitting on people is dumb and gross, but not a suspension-worthy offense. On our obsession with honor and disrespect versus actual violence that could derail a life in a meaningful way, and the NFL legislating itself into another bind.
So
no, they're not legislating. I think this is a great call by the NFL.
So this article is free. I read a lot of it. Didn't read all of it. I only got so much time in the morning. But they go into this kind of goes into the fact of, like, we talk about targeting and everything, where you have the risk of doing, I don't know, a serious amount of damage to somebody that could really shorten someone's career. And, maybe they're thrown out of the game, but are they really suspended? Versus spitting on somebody who physically may not, set someone's career back. Like, they shouldn't be compared to the same thing, which I completely disagree. That's where he's coming from here.
Well, I actually think you can argue that the NFL, who has been inconsistent at times, and I'm sure this article kind of argues that, is being very consistent here and has put their foot in the sand. Jalen Carter, they essentially said that was his suspension because he never played the game. And if we see you spit, you're getting a game.
This is also,
and they acted boom just like that on Jamar Chase.
And by the way, like, in accordance to the law, if you spit on somebody in an aggressive manner, that's considered assault.
Is it really?
Yes. So, I mean, it's the law, Connor, or maybe, like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Like, I completely disagree. Like, I just I came across it this morning when Twitter was working for like 5 seconds, and I shared it with Hamby. But like, to me, it's the same thing. Like, yeah, if you spit on somebody, is it going to physically affect them? Absolutely not. But like, it's the intention behind it. And honestly, like, if it's me and like I'm in a skirmish, I would much rather get slapped or punched in the face and get spit on. Because at least there, like, I would have respect for somebody for saying, okay, you want to punch me in the face, punch me in the face. I have zero respect for someone who wants to spit on someone. I think it's childish. I don't know.
I listen, this game has so many eyeballs on it that you've got to be able to, when you can, police things on a consistent level, police them on a consistent level. You get a lot of different variations of things and plays and everywhere else. Listen, the guys eye poke and grab people's junk and all that stuff at the bottom of piles, absolutely. But you usually don't have video of it. If a guy were to intentionally kick someone there, I think you would probably start seeing suspensions if it was a thing that happened. People don't spit on players. This is a fraternity of players. That doesn't happen very often. And now you've got cameras all over the place. If you see it as clear as day as we saw it, you should get dinged for it. Like, it's hard to police stuff in a consistent manner anyway in sports. Very few instances are just alike. This was a very similar instance to what we saw in the opening game of the season, I think it was, right? With the Eagles and Cowboys.
Correct.
This is a no-brainer. This is a really odd argument, and I just think this was easy. This was, and to your point, as an athlete, as someone who's played in the league, this would be, you can get away with a punch and feel more almost respect for the other guy for punching you in a violent game than you actually can for somebody like spitting in your face.
And I feel like even in society, man, like, we want to talk about how professional sports or sports in general, it's a mirror, it's a reflection of what society is. You can't go around spitting on people. Like, then we're just if we're doing that, then we're animals.
Yeah.
Then it's like, like.
And you can argue fighting is barbaric in a bar as well, but spitting feels worse.
It does.
Yeah. This is an interesting take. Yeah. And I can't even, I guess he's going to appeal it and all that stuff. And hey, shame on Jamar Chase. Lose a lot of respect for a guy that again, he's getting paid what he's getting paid. He's getting paid a lot of money to not only represent the Bengals, represent the NFL, represent himself, represent his family, all that stuff. But also when you take that responsibility of those dollars on, you take on responsibility of being a role model of sorts and other things. Are you always going to live up to that? That's a hard degree to do. But when you make a mistake, you don't have to compound it by lying to the media about it. You could own that in real time. And he didn't. And then the next day, he didn't talk about it. He could have done. He had 2 opportunities to say, this is on me.
Yeah.
And he missed his first and got himself into a deeper hole. And instead of owning up to it the following day and saying, listen, I shouldn't have said that. I was emotional about it. I was hoping nobody saw it. You just own it. Instead, he doesn't get interviewed. So, I mean, I think you lose a lot of respect for a guy like Ja'Marr Chase. Might be the greatest guy in the world. Who knows? But he's had now, that's you talk about a compound mistake in about a 36-hour period for Ja'Marr Chase. And shame on him. Maybe he makes amends in some way.
Yeah.
But certainly looks bad in this deal.
Listen, I always try
to look bad in a Ramsey deal.
No, without a doubt. I always try to put myself in the athlete's shoes or try to share their perspective. That's something that I'll never understand. Listen, I've been in heated scuffles. I've been in more fights than you can imagine on a practice field and in a walkthrough even. I've never had the motivation one time to go, hey, I'm really pissed off right now. My emotions get the best of me. Let me go and hawk a loogie on somebody.
Yeah.
I've never thought that once. I don't know what – I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an odd one.
Yeah.
Noon hour right around the corner. Casey Kurtz will stop by. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby. By the way, Hamby's back to stretchy over there on the pictures.
Go back to what?
Oh, on that article?
Yeah, Hamby.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't notice. My bad.
You got excited about the panic button where you started to stretch it last week.
Hold him accountable, Brent.
We removed the panic button.
Yep. And now he's back to the old ways.
Don't worry, panic button will be back. Probably.
Oh, don't put that in the universe.
I'm sorry.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
You okay?
You're my only lawyer friend. And I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant, or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location, play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt. And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Hey, welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show. Casey Kurt stops by as well here on a Tuesday. Nothing to complain about Tuesday. With the Jags, at least.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
Did you come to complain about our picks that I made for us?
Nah, I'm going to complain first. Can I get some volume in my headphones, please? I got none.
Sure can. How's that?
Nah, that's not me, bro. That's not me, my guy. All right, I appreciate it. Hey, guys. Good to be here. You screwed up the picks?
Well, so I made a rule where I let you have your one, and then I took one away from you, and I made it like an executive decision.
Did you give me Iowa?
I gave you Iowa. And
you
then,
screwed up everything else?
Well, I took away your Bucks one, and I picked Buffalo.
Good.
Yeah, but we still didn't do. I mean, we got a game up on Brent and Hamby, so now we're tied.
Nice.
But it wasn't a good week for us.
Yeah, we're tied, Casey.
Pick Texas.
I did pick Texas. I know, man. I know. I know.
He's terrible.
Who's that? Oh,
Arch.
Manny? Yeah.
He's not terrible.
But yeah, we're tied now.
That's all right. Hey, good job.
Yeah, we're tied.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
What happened to you guys? You guys fell apart, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We continue to fall apart.
Not good.
Hey, get ready for the holiday season at Bono's Pit Barbecue, bonosbarbecue.com. And how about a little office party or family feast? They've got you covered, easy to do. Look at that menu, packed with smoked favorites, classic sides, and all the fixins. And you can pick your own menu and make it easy with Bono's. Bono's Pit Barbecue, bonosbarbecue.com is the place to go online.
Real quick, because I had this in the rundown, and it's a great segue for it. So got into a giant debate yesterday at physical therapy. When you think of Thanksgiving, what do you think of a Thanksgiving meal? What do you guys got?
Turkey.
Yeah.
Same.
Stuffing.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. What do you think of Christmas? What is the Christmas meal?
Ah, man, we eat the same exact thing for Thanksgiving as we do Christmas.
Chinese food.
You guys don't do ham. See,
we do ham. No, we have ham as both options.
Okay.
On Thanksgiving and Christmas, you have turkey and ham.
Interesting, because we grew up in a house full at Christmas it's ham.
Yeah.
But I got in a giant debate because someone in the PT room was saying turkey is still like Christmas as well.
I think it's more ham between the two.
But is there an official meat of Christmas?
I think I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Huh. Now, if you really wanted to go like fancy, somebody probably say like duck or something like that. Like I have no idea, but
okay. Because like 4th of July, you got hot dogs and hamburgers. Yeah.
Sure.
Thanksgiving, you got turkey.
Yeah.
But Christmas, you don't really have an official one. I feel like.
I think that's true.
That was it.
Yeah, I think you can just eat whatever.
Okay. Good to know.
Hamby, have you worked a holiday here at the station? Christmas?
Yeah, 2 out of the 3.
2 out of the 3. That means do you get the Chinese food usually on Christmas Day?
No.
Oh, they cater Chinese?
I've never had it because I'm out of here by 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning.
Wait, they cater Chinese food here?
That's usually. That's why I keep saying Chinese food because
Yeah.
Chinese foods restaurants are open.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the only thing open. And so a lot of times we'll get that catered in over the years. This isn't just here. I mean, I've been doing this for 25 years and worked a lot of Christmases.
Yeah.
And that's what they'll cater in. Whereas Thanksgiving, they'll have like a Thanksgiving prep meal.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are more places open on Thanksgiving. I think
Have you ever been to a restaurant on Thanksgiving?
Yes. I have, yeah.
Where?
Not one that you would ever.
Actually, I just said that I have. I don't know if that was Easter, but I think it was. I'm going way back, like when Steph and I were in Albany. I think we did one year. We didn't cook or anything. It was like Longhorn or something.
Longhorn Steakhouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been to Cracker Barrel, and it did not disappoint.
Cracker Barrel's open on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Golden Corral's open. I haven't been. But
Golden Corral's open?
Yeah.
Listen,
Wacko's is open?
Oh, okay.
I actually don't know. I have no idea.
I got is Wawa open because their
Yes.
little their sandwich of the turkey
Oh,
cranberry
that
sandwich
one-
ain't bad.
Publix
or the bowl.
has a good one too. Publix has a great one.
I'm a sucker for one of those around this next week or so.
We did Wawa one year for Thanksgiving.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's
Oh
good.
my word!
I know I've done this before. And we should do like the power rank because every NFL team in a public city has their own NFL sandwich. Did you know this or not?
I did not know that.
Yes.
Where?
In a
At
public.
Publix.
So like
The
every
store
NFL city that has an NFL team with a Publix, they have their own special sandwich. So
There's
you
a
can
Dolphin sandwich. There's a Buck sandwich. There's a
Yeah.
Jag sandwich. There's a
Huh.
Falcon.
Jags.
the say it again. You've never had the Jaguars pub sub?
No.
This guy. And this guy's trying to break in the business, Brent. Chicken tenders, coleslaw, But the Atlanta Falcons one.
Have you had it?
I haven't had it. I know it because you see it advertised all the time.
Because he lives here.
He's a person.
Oh, you
Goes
haven't had
outside.
it either.
He's
Austin,
a
that's
member
actually
of
worse.
society.
I've seen it, and he still hasn't got it.
I'll be honest with you.
No.
I'm not
Yeah, that's
saying
way
you
You see what
are.
he's trying to do? Yeah,
I know, he's different.
Don't do it.
I'll help you out here, B, and say this. I'm not as crazy pub sub guy as everybody else
Oh,
is.
cut the endorsement. Okay, I'm trying to help him out.
Like, I'm not like, I got to go stand in line. No, this is the degree of pub sub. You standing in line with 10 people in line or no?
There's an app.
Well, now there's an app, but people would
Very,
stand.
very convenient.
Sure.
You would stand in line
Betsy could have
for
cut
the
this.
pub sub?
Betsy could have cut this up.
I got one like 3 days ago, and there was no line.
No line. But I think that's like people crave the pub sub so much that they'll stand in line if they have to stand in line.
Yeah.
Stand in line. Yeah.
No, I feel yes. I
You know
agree
what
with
I
that.
mean?
Sorry.
Hey, you've been a Subway or Fire. I mean, you're gonna stand in line, man.
Pub sub's feels a little different.
you're kinda
I'm not
committed.
standing in line for long if it's out the door at Subway.
Of course not.
How about Starbucks, man? You stand in line at Starbucks?
No.
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Yes,
I
you would.
bet
He's
you
lying
would.
to you.
Anyways.
No, the long line at Starbucks I'm not. I'll go to the gas stations.
The thing with Publix where you're kind of committed is once you go to the Publix and you're in there, like you're not just going to stumble upon another restaurant. Like if you've made the decision to drive to Publix, park your car, get out, and the line is 4 or 5 people deep. I mean, where are you going in the pub? You got to get back in your car, go find a drive-through. Like you're
and
there.
it's not like, I guess I'll have a rotisserie chicken and some mac and cheese then in the heated part. Like, no.
That's
I would do that.
I would.
That's
do
my
that.
point.
I
would
get
do
that 3 tenders meal with that cornbread.
Unbelievable.
I would do that.
Anyways.
I have never driven to Publix
Dude, their cornbread is actually
for a pub
gas.
sub.
Yeah.
It is good. Yes.
Only.
You've never driven? Really?
Now, if I have to go stop and get a couple other things,
I've driven like 4 miles for a pub sub.
Yeah.
And didn't blink twice about it.
yeah, that's
Any
cool.
Publix food at all? Have you driven specifically there for it? Not groceries. Like,
Well,
have you gone
no.
for just nothing?
Sorry, Betsy.
Not sushi,
there
not
goes that
nothing.
endorsement. But it's
I was
all
just
chicken.
talking about I might go get soup
There you go,
today from
Hamby.
Publix,
Bring
but
us
I'll
back.
usually
Bring
pick
us
up a
back.
couple other things like while I'm there. A little more creamer for the coffee or whatever, so I got a reason to be there.
Big selection at Publix. But I was going to say, though, the Atlanta Falcons pub sub, which I've had before when I was in Atlanta, it's like a Thanksgiving. It's stuffing and turkey and cranberry sauce. Hey, Casey.
That's one of the great sandwiches.
Almost worth the drive.
To Atlanta.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying, hey, if you find yourself hungry one night,
go to Wawa.
Hey, if you find yourself, I've had both. I'm just saying, you
Is
find
it
yourself
like
bored.
$4, like are the other things over there in the concessions?
Price. Hey, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. I'm just saying, if you're bored one night, Casey, you're hungry, and you want to take a little bit of a road trip,
okay,
hit up that pub sub in Atlanta, man, because that Falcon sub and the Jaguar sub's good. It's not bad.
Sure,
but man,
they do that in like August too.
I think so. I mean, I can't remember when I was there. I honestly don't remember like when. Oh, this was years ago, but it was delicious.
You know those workers hate it because that's got to be
the
only thing they do with that type of meat.
Yeah, true.
11 months or whatever.
Shot the boar's head.
With all that free publicity for Publix,
Wasn't
don't
great,
forget
Bub.
bonosbarbecue.com for Thanksgiving.
Couldn't have been any worse, actually.
What do you mean? It was fine.
I'm not driving that far for a pub sub, the lines and everything.
But the real question is, how long would you wait in line at Bono's, Brent?
Forever.
Extended period of time, yep.
Now you can get the drive-through too, by the way,
have
right
sat-
over there at Gate Parkway.
Beautiful.
And some others.
The great thing about Bono's is their service is so good that you barely have to wait in line.
It's true.
Nice.
I like this. It is amazing what you just said, though. Now we are so accustomed to using the apps and everything else ahead of time.
Oh, yeah.
Like
we have no patience.
Well,
I used to like going into Starbucks instead of sitting at the drive-through. I would go in and just, they make it. But now I'm like, and you wait a few minutes.
Sure.
But now I'm like always ordering on the app.
But he's proud of himself because he waited a few minutes.
But I still go in. But I was like, listen, I was like this way with banks too. I was the last guy in the world to get my check through like direct deposit.
Okay.
At the station, I was I think the last person because I liked going in and cashing my check and put it in, depositing.
I'm
seeing people.
Oh goodness.
Not really. I'm just saying.
It's that mutual
I like the
interaction.
idea of it.
Yeah, you like the idea of it.
I think there's a legitimate chance I haven't been to the bank.
Well, now I'm like a once a year guy now. Like there are just some checks maybe you can't put in without like on the mobile deposit or something.
Oh, what a flex!
Got a lot of checks.
Well, a lot of high checks because there's usually like a limit.
There is a limit.
Yeah, no,
I've never had that problem.
Isn't there one like
if you
get your tax return or something back, like can you put that one mobile deposit?
I'm usually.
I thought there was something like
Ours
that.
is electric; it just goes right in.
Oh, maybe it does go. Maybe that's one. I feel like there
you
was
can
something
get it as
that
a check,
came
though,
up
I believe.
that doesn't.
Yeah, well, being a freelancer, usually I'm paying more than receiving. So
You got to start selling autographs. You can have a bunch of write-offs.
Ooh, good call.
Good
Okay.
point. Look at you being smart. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Cam Scadaboo involved with wrestling yesterday after a couple weeks ago having surgery.
Mm-hmm.
How are the Giants fans handling this? How did Scadaboo do, by the way? It seems to fit the wrestling dynamic. You didn't see it.
I haven't seen it
Yeah.
yet.
It was fine. Like this is what wrestling's doing now. Like you saw this with Tyrese Halliburton last year. Like they gravitate towards the big names, or at least kind of like it is smart. When you watch it, Casey, he does get pushed pretty hard, which I was like, okay, that's not a good look because he's coming back from an injury. He had his grill in as well.
Was he on the scooter?
No, was it? Well, he was in like the crowd, so you couldn't really tell if he was on a scooter or not. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, more power to him.
Are we going to get tired of Scadaboo? Quick.
I'll tell you what, my son, because this is the gauge. I always go through like what's cool with my son. So they have a thing now called like in school, they call it Scadabooing, where like my son will just randomly, if I'm walking through like the dining room, he'll just lower his head and run into me like a ram, and he goes Scadaboo. And I'm like, okay.
That's a thing.
That's
wow.
a thing.
Good for Cam.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, I mean that means it's not going anywhere. Probably now, kids are going to get suspended in detentions for it. But
sure.
Yeah, you can't lead with your head.
But like Scadabooing now, I guess it's like a reference to like just I feel like Scadabooing is kind of like YOLO was maybe for your generation or maybe your generation. I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember
because it was towards the end of my generation.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like YOLO.
I think the thing with Scadaboo is like there's probably not a long shelf life here.
Doesn't feel like it, right?
When you have a bunch of children taking after you, leading with your head in every activity you do, you're probably not long for the league.
Yeah.
So,
short-lived.
it's a good run. Maybe they'll throw him on the cover of Madden like they did Peyton Hillis, and then he'll be gone just like that.
But I brought it up a couple weeks ago. If they would have drafted Scadaboo here, I mean, I get
insane.
Yeah. I get he's a star in New York, but I feel like Jacksonville would have gravitated towards Cam Scadaboo.
But would we know fully?
Probably not. I mean, yeah.
Because he would have had to jump Travis Etienne,
of course,
who is significantly better than Tyrone Tracy or whoever he had to jump in.
Yeah. And maybe you never would have known.
He played earlier than anybody thought he would.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he'd lead with his head for a couple touchdowns in Jacksonville on the goal line. We'd be like, oh, this guy's crazy.
But, like, if he was able to replicate what he did in New York in that short period of time here in Jacksonville, he would have been, I mean, I think even a bigger star.
But he probably wouldn't have been on WWE.
I was just going to say that. He's probably, that is the one thing. I think you don't have to be in New York anymore. But I would say for that kind of stuff, New York, Philly, L.A., or Vegas, you're going to get into some of that stuff where you wouldn't. Now, and I'm not even talking about because of AEW. I'm just saying overall, you're not probably in Orlando on a WWE show.
No, probably not.
Look at Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, he literally made a career off of one catch in New York.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that in New York.
On primetime television,
So, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I have no idea how the Giants fans are reacting. I don't think I'd want to see Travis Hunter in a wrestling show 2 or 3 weeks after I hit IR. If I'm a fan. If I'm the organization, but if I'm a fan too.
Probably can't get any worse.
I mean, and it probably can. I'm sure there's.
I mean, his leg was the wrong direction.
I don't want to over dramatize it, but he was standing up and already moving around.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's been on the scooter, so I would like to believe he was like, hey, like this is how we're gonna do this.
Yeah, they know the look that would have
thing.
presented, right?
But he is a clown, man. Maybe he just got into it and got shoved a little harder than expected, and then tried to fight. Who knows?
Is he like the new version of Gronk?
He is
feels
dumb.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But significantly more reckless. I never felt like Gronk was like Gronk is Gronk because I think of the personality.
Sure.
I think Scadaboo's kind of becoming that character because of
doesn't care.
He doesn't. That's the type of football player he is.
Yeah.
Where Gronk, I think that's the type of person he is, and then it led into the field. Where Scadaboo, I think it's flipped.
Both are from Arizona schools too. Some in the water in Arizona
That's
might
true.
be.
It's different out there.
We were just talking about that a little bit ago. Hey, one Jags thing is we bring this back to our Republic Services Recycled Headlines of the Day is nothing to complain about day. RecyclingSimplified.com. The Jags coming off this performance that is really hard to find anything too wrong with. And therefore, we see a shift in some of the storylines, and that includes what could have been a huge game for this coaching staff led by Liam Coen, but also Anthony Campanile. And I think Hamby brought this up. I mean, Campanile's defense was under fire. It all of a sudden wasn't any confidence in it. What were the answers going to be? What's the fix going to be? And I don't think he was getting a lot of the blame. I think this was more of a personnel thing. Like, what are you supposed to do? And I think Coen helped him out with that last week when he was like, listen, I was on the headset. Like, he's calling all these different plays. Yeah. We just ain't performing. And he did the same against the Raiders, just not performing. Huge game for Campanile. I don't know what he did.
Griffiths also helped him out by showing that the blitz and the non-blitz was the exact same.
Yeah. So they sat.
Campanile sent the check.
Well, the other thing they did a little bit to Herbert is they spied him as well. There are a couple plays that I've seen out there where they spied him.
Yeah.
And they say, we're not going to let you beat us with your legs.
Sure.
That way.
Yep.
And I don't know if they played a zone defense. That was the best way to go because of obviously the skill set with Ladd and also Keenan Allen, and they played it perfect.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it was, it's playing zone defense, but also it's rushing, but being smart about how you rush. And Josh Hines-Allen had a lot of success just with the bull rush, then working to move off it. And then there was one time where he set up a speed move based off the bull rush. Like, that's what it's got to be, because the last thing you wanted to do against Justin Herbert was give him any kind of lane to step up in number one or number two, take off and run for 5-6 yards. So I think that they did a great job as a defensive line working together. And you haven't always seen that with this team.
Yeah, I don't know I guess we got to see it more. But remember, we were praising Campanile in the first month of the year, like unbelievable defense, getting a lot out of this group. Well, we're going to be doing that again for the next month, especially with who they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, you play bad teams again, which I think will help. Yeah, it's very confusing,
Yes, it is.
at least from where I sit, on how you go from you can't borderline stop us if we were a team, and then you just absolutely demolish them. So I give him a lot of credit because clearly whatever they were pumping out this last week really worked, and they got to try it again against Arizona. But again, I think at least with the Chargers, and I think this is true with Arizona, they're not scaring you running the football. I don't think you were scared of the Chargers running the football.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. throwing it either. But with guys like McBride and stuff, at least that's where you'd be a little bit more concerned about, which is where I think they were against the Chargers. So maybe you have a similar game plan type thing there, and if it worked once, try and make it work again.
Yeah, and the one thing, Brissett probably won't be as effective with the legs as Herbert. I mean, he can run a little bit, but he's not going to be that effective. So I don't know. I think it's interesting to point out a couple of things about this staff. They're obviously still listening because whatever they said, and they might say it was quiet at practice, I can guarantee you that Liam Coen and Campanile weren't loud in the meeting. I mean, weren't quiet in the meeting rooms. I mean, I think there was some anger in their energy last week, and I think the team listened. So, like, we wonder all the time, it's like, why can't you fix this? Why can't you fix this? Do you need personnel to fix it? They had the exact same personnel out there on defense than they did the previous week and the previous week before that. It's not like they got Jordan Lewis back to change it. They actually put other guys out there that weren't, like Striggow and Green instead of Agba. So I really think that's when you can feel coaching works. And they're listening, but also trying some different things and figuring out something. Coen with the wristband deal. I think that's a sign of not being stubborn. Like, hey, we don't need the whole thing on a wristband, but we're going to fix some of these areas and try to speed this thing up and clean this thing up, and it worked. So I think this is a sign right now, coming off a week like this, where you're like, hey, coaching matters. And these guys right now, I feel like, are searching for answers and coaching their butt off.
Coaching definitely matters, but also I think, and to quote Bruce Lee, you need emotional content. And I think they had the emotional content after that Texans game because we were lambasting them, the national media. Like, I mean, everywhere I'm sure that locker room looked, they saw themselves, as being part of maybe the worst loss in Jaguars history. So you really didn't need any more motivation to go out there against the Chargers and put on a better performance. Now the question's going to come, okay, you're playing an Arizona team where, yeah, they're not that good. They're just kind of whatever, and we just talked about this in the first break where it's like they're kind of irrelevant in terms of NFL lore. Maybe the most irrelevant franchise in the past 20 years. Nobody ever talks about them, whether they're doing good or bad. Like, if they're doing bad, nobody really cares. If they're doing good, it's the Cardinals. So how do you get up for this game? And that's going to, like, I always think, and listen, I've said it many times on the show before, you find out a lot when you lose games, how you are as a coach. Okay, great. So we kind of found out now that Liam Coen can motivate his troops and everything when it goes bad. How do you motivate your troops now when it's like, what are you playing for? Because to be fair, in the playoff picture, like, yeah, it's important to win this game, but like, it's not the end all be all. It ain't you're not in the competition right now with the Arizona Cardinals in the playoff picture. So like, what's the motivation now to go out there and win this football game in Arizona? And a great coach will find a way to get it done.
Yeah. One other thought on Coen. This reminds, if he can get the play calling like that, it'll remind us, and remember, you got to take your mind back there, of 2022 Doug Peterson, when he got this thing going. Yeah. And there was a lot of praise for Doug, and then flipped that ahead 2 years, and a lot of criticism for why he wasn't still doing it. But there was a lot of praise for Doug in terms of how he was calling plays. This was really our first display of this dude can call plays because it all looked so good, without the penalties, without everything else, where it was so clunky before. And maybe we get to see Liam Coen on display and his best gift, which his best gift, we think, is being able to call plays.
Yeah, and I think Liam Coen just needs the same thing that Doug Peterson needed for a point, and then Trevor Lawrence to hit on some of those things. Right?
Yeah.
Because
make him look good.
You used to talk about it, but a lot of the plays were there. They just didn't hit them, right? Back when they were kind of building up into Doug Peterson really
that
taking
first
off.
Half of the year, you're right.
And you could see that at times this year, right? With Liam Coen, you had guys open, you just didn't hit on it. So, it's going to be interesting. You guys can have the fun of arguing about that on Mondays. But, I mean, honestly, I think every Sunday it's going to come in here saying, I think Coen did what he was supposed to do. Everybody else execute, and then you can place the blame.
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, we did talk about that a lot in 22. We're like, the plays are there, and they're just not hitting them. Some of these layup kind of plays, and there was a couple more examples of that. I think there are going to be examples every game like that, but where do they come in the football game? The other side of this is, I think we were a little more critical right now of maybe some of the blame on Coen for the first half of the year, because is it too much? Is the offense too much for these guys to handle? Is it too intricate? We never really said that about Doug. Like we weren't like saying, hey, this is a complicated system. Are you throwing too much on their plate right away? And I think maybe that's also what Liam's learned is to kind of peel some of that back. Especially he's been forced to probably because of injuries, but also just in general, the whole operation. My guess is not as intricate as it was or wants to be at some point down the road. And again, I think that's hats off to him, not being stubborn to be able to figure that out, or it might just be survival.
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both, but it's on offense and defense because defense right now, your secondary, there's some new faces and some new guys that don't have a lot of experience in terms of what Campanelli's trying to call. So I think it's been a little more vanilla, much like bringing Jacoby Myers over from the Raiders where, he has to learn a new system as well. So when you have that situation, you got to dumb it down a little bit. You have to make it a little more basic. And guess what? Basic worked just fine on offense and defense playing the Chargers. So I expect them to keep it, kind of vanilla just because until they show you it's not working, why switch it up?
Yeah. Think about this over the next few minutes. Which sport would be the hardest to play a full game of? Football, soccer, basketball?
Well, I mean, we want to set it up a little bit or just random question?
We'll set it up when we come back.
All right.
They got to think about that part.
By the way, Lane Kiffin is going on McAfee show right now.
So do you want everybody just to go watch McAfee?
No, I'm just
professional sport or like.
So
okay.
Well, yeah.
That's a great tease for the McAfee show.
It's all good.
I was trying to help us out, guys.
I know,
Pick your tease. That's better.
Which
sport would you
maybe
like to
just
play
drop their new uniforms for the All-Navy game?
Go
Here's
watch
your
Pat
tease.
McAfee.
I'll save you the time of the 15 minutes, and I'll give you what he says in 1 minute. Save you the time right after the break.
Navy just dropped their Army-Navy uniforms, Hamby.
Ooh.
You like them?
Uh-oh.
Ooh. I don't.
We're doing Army-Navy special this year in December.
Are you really?
Excited about it.
Well,
yeah.
this probably concerns you then, too. You should be ingrained in these uniforms, man.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to do uniform talk.
I know, right?
On a Brent Martineau-led production. Uniform talk's
The
probably
kids
the lead.
love them, Brent. I'm just telling you, man. Uniforms are big.
We'll be back. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good. And the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest and cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School. Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes,
Oak Leaf High School. Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax Pal. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax Pal.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
All right, so here they are. We've got an Army-Navy special, by the way, planned from Mayport coming up in December on a Friday night. So we're excited about that on December 12th. And these are the Army-Navy. These are the Navy uniforms. Army uniforms are out as well.
Yep.
And they're always cool. Like they're always different and pretty cool. And there's a lot of detail to it, right? As I see Casey's like really kind of like zoned in.
I want to see what was on the gloves. Yeah.
Yeah. What's on the gloves? What's on the pants? What's on the helmet? And be interesting to ask Rayon Lane about these. Jags Naval Academy draft pick, who's played really well on special teams, by the way.
So I wasn't sure that I was in on the jerseys. I am back around on the helmets. I originally liked the helmets when Austin pulled it up. Then I didn't like them. Now I'm back in. I think they're creative. I like the logo on the pants. I think that's a nice touch. You know what's actually the number one thing wrong with this picture? The football. Navy team issue football. I kind of hate that. I kind of really despise that is like a big old thing you put on that football there. They probably sell those in the bookstore. Does the Navy have a bookstore?
I don't know. I'm assuming. But maybe not.
Austin?
Does Navy have a bookstore?
Well, I was going for your thoughts on the uniforms, but if you have a comment on the bookstore as well,
No.
I'll take that.
I mean, I'm not a fan of the. I don't get why you just have like a rendering of the ship.
I'm back in.
Just put the ship on there. I don't know what the parchment paper signifies. I'm sure there's a story behind it.
Yeah, it's gotta
read
be a
into it.
I'm sure in like the olden days, they.
I'm going to go ahead and say, like, last year it was Navy by a landslide in terms of the uniform battle. This year I'm thinking Army, just because I think if they're going to play in Maryland and if there's going to be snow on the ground and they're playing in all white for Army, I mean, come on, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think this year Army takes the title, but I'm open for debate.
All right. Hey, I want to sneak this in. Danny Striggow and BJ Green on Jags Report Live yesterday. I thought these guys are interesting backgrounds. You appreciate this. Undrafted rookie free agents, both make the team, both now here in November, contributing and helping And they were doing so on special teams anyway, because that's part of this deal when you're that far down the depth chart. But now they seem like they provided a spark of some sort. Hard to quantify exactly, but some of that energy. And if you don't know much about these two guys, they were really fun on the show last night. And here's a little bit more about their background.
Well, hey, you got rookie duties, man.
Oh, boy.
You think you were gonna...
Hold on.
That's right, Hamby.
Let me run that back right quick at full speed.
This guy.
Hey, good news. Navy does have a bookstore.
Well, hey, you got rookie duties, man, when you can't. You remember this? Did you think you were going to make the team when this was happening?
Yeah, man. I always kept hope. I always had that idea. You got to speak stuff into existence. So I always knew I was going to make the team one way or another, So those are the rookie duties. It was a blessing to even do stuff like that because, a lot of people wish they would be in a situation like mine. So, I'm happy to do stuff like that for the vets. Them being able to give me knowledge and tidbits and tips throughout camp. So just holding their stuff, the least I can do.
Are we still doing it, or are we done with that?
Yes.
Every day.
Yes, we are.
Still doing
Every day.
Hey, Danny, what was the moment you made the team? Do you remember? Where were you? What was it like?
I do. I remember, that Tuesday rolls around, and you wait until 4 o'clock because you never really know until that roster drops. And I remember it hitting 4 o'clock. I was back at the hotel. We were still staying at the hotel for camp, and I saw it finally dropped, and I got to call my parents, and that was an emotional call, being able to sit there and, kind of exhale for the day and kind of soak it all in and
hope they don't sign somebody
exactly.
the next day.
And then you take another deep breath and you're like, all right, now let's go get through the week and get through each day. But yeah, it's a cool feeling just to be able to talk to my parents. The parents are super excited and be able to have a conversation with them.
That's really cool. By the way, your dad was a gymnast, and your brothers wrestled at Michigan, and you were this close to being a wrestler at Michigan,
I
right?
was very close to following them over to Ann Arbor, and the old wrestling days.
State champion in high school.
Yep.
Oh, you're a very good wrestler.
Yes.
You get scholarship to Michigan, right?
Yeah, I was very close. I look up to my brothers a lot, and was able to. I give a lot of credit to them for a lot of things that I've accomplished in wrestling and football. And I always said they were better high school football players than me. I was just gifted with a little bit more size.
Yeah. There he is.
Yeah, there's a real throwback. But they went off to. Hey, he would still whoop up on you, BJ.
Come on now.
Yeah, they went off to Michigan, and I was very close to following behind in them, but chose to take a different route and been happy ever since.
Hey, don't worry, BJ Green. We've got you coming up next with Coach Ron. Your first football coach was Deion Sanders. There's little BJ Green.
There it is.
Man, where y'all finding this stuff?
The internet's a wonderful thing, man. And you ended up at Arizona State as a walk-on, end up getting a scholarship, and then joined Deion Sanders and Travis Hunter and everybody else in Colorado.
For sure. Colorado was real surreal, man. It was real peaceful. Colorado's a beautiful state in itself. But, being around guys like Travis, you ain't got to worry about a whole side of the field. I can go out. That's a pass rusher's dream. I'm going to have all the time in the world. But I'm not going to take too much time. I'll make sure that I make his job easy. It was a real memorable time having those guys, having a wealth of knowledge, coming from Arizona State where I had NFL background coaches like Rob Rodriguez, and then coming and having a legend like Warren Sapp. My senior year, being able to pick his brain that whole time was a blessing, man. So I'm thankful for every last second of it.
Awesome.
We love these stories because the way you guys had to work your way through, and you with the Senior Bowl, last second, what happened there?
Yeah, that was a crazy week. Back home, I went to the Hula Bowl and came home, spent a couple weeks training for Pro Day, and Senior Bowl starting to wind down midweek, and I get a call from my agent who was at the Senior Bowl, and he's 11 o'clock at night on Wednesday. He's like, hey, you want to play? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it's in 2 days, 3 days. And he's like, yeah, some guys backed out. They need an extra body. Like, come on down. And I was like, all right, sounds good. And so, 12 hours later, I found myself.
We're on the practice field, 2 flights, 12 hours later.
Found myself on the practice field, taping myself up. Shout out to the Minnesota trainers. They taught me well. But awesome. Yeah, and jumped right into practice and had some fun out there.
Yeah, those guys are cool. Repping number 92 well is Danny Striggow, by the way.
Repping number 92. I actually had some great comments last night on Jaguars Happy Hour about Danny Striggow and everybody. So, Hamby, play it. Play the clip. Play it.
Bro, what?
I'm kidding. There we go.
The BJ Green, by the way, is 6'1", He was a linebacker until his senior year in high school, and then transitioned to defensive end. But his lineage goes like way back. He's got a couple of guys. Godfather was in the NFL as a coach for decades, and so he was always training around really good defensive.
It takes a village, man. I'm
guys,
telling
right?
you, yeah.
And so that's how he ended up at Arizona State. Nobody really would give him a chance. And then he walked on at Arizona State because then by the time he hits the portal, he had SEC schools calling and everybody else, even though he was 6'1". I mean, 6'1" is pretty small for a defensive end.
Yeah.
That's what he's had to battle because just looking, he's like, nah, that's not good enough. Kind of used to be like the 6 foot, or the 5'11" quarterback.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't even get a look.
Well, and I feel like Aaron Donald
Still
kind of
probably
put that on the map, for
you're
the
right.
short guys and everything.
You're right.
If you have that explosive get off, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, cool stories, man. Really good. But I think he's a gifted pass rusher. He's got explosiveness. He squats 600.
Yep, that'll get done.
Strong dude.
Who could have seen that one coming? BJ Green, known asset to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who could
I
have seen
told
that
you,
one
man.
coming?
Your moment.
Casey, I was talking about you yesterday, man. Like
On happy hour?
No.
Well, damn, I don't care if you're talking about me like to people.
on the Brent and Austen show. No, it's like that. Maybe you're gonna go to the show, Brent's show last night because BJ Green was there.
Yeah, I didn't know he was on
your guy, bro.
I gave you your props.
I did not know he was on the show.
I gave you your flowers, just like the Houston Texans from a couple years ago when you called that.
Damn right. I've been good at this. And what do I keep getting? Lesser role. That's fine.
Lesser role. You're on the show every day.
Not every day.
In a capacity.
Well, when you can make it.
In a capacity. In a capacity.
Are we playing feud or no?
Well, is there Wade Kiffin breaking news yet?
Now, are we checking back into the Pat McAfee show,
Yeah,
Andy?
should we take Pat McAfee show live?
You could.
So what I'm hearing is he's not the head coach of Florida at this moment?
Correct.
Thank goodness. All right.
No ultimatum Mississippi Ole Miss issued, right? It was a
absolutely
lie.
not true.
Oh, cool.
Great.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, that was a segment down the drain for us to talk about, though.
Oh, you guys did that already?
Spent 30 minutes on it. Yeah, it's all
That's
good.
a bummer.
It's a fun conversation.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
What do we got?
All right. So
Here's 10 minutes.
Perfect. Here's the deal. Jags beating the Chargers, I think most would say was surprising, right? Before the game, going into the game, you didn't pick the Jags. You didn't pick the Jags. Hamby didn't pick the Jags. That should tell you enough.
You didn't pick the Jags either, Casey.
Yeah, but that's normal.
Okay.
But I mean, these guys, nobody picked the Jags on earth.
Yeah.
That being said, I went and asked some folks at the town center, which is very busy for the holiday shopping stuff. So shop early or shop online, something. Top 5 most surprising things to ever happen in Jacksonville Jaguars franchise history.
Most surprising things to ever happen in Jacksonville Jaguars history. Wow. Okay.
Holy cow. You want me to go first or you go first?
Real quick, are these games or is it just like it could be a little bit of everything?
There are some specific games. There are some specific
moments,
things. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
A little bit of it. There's no one individual player.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So like drafting Tony Baselli.
I was going to say
Trevor
drafting
Lawrence.
Travis Hunter.
That's
was
drafting.
not
It's not on.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
not
Gotcha. Okay. Go ahead, Brent.
I'm going to try one right off the rip. Getting the team.
Getting the team is a good one. I thought that would be on here at all, but it's
not.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's a good try though.
Are we saying it's surprising, right? Not shocking. Surprising. Or shocking. What was the exact? I mean,
the exact phrasing was surprising.
Surprising.
But
Okay,
I think
gotcha.
if you use there's a couple in here that would be shocking but surprising.
I'll say the AFC playoff game against the Chargers a couple years ago when they were down big at half.
The Chargers
Good
playoff
call.
win is absolutely on there.
Yep.
Not as high as you'd think though. Number 3.
Okay.
Or maybe that's where you thought.
The 1996 season.
Can you be more specific?
96 playoff run?
Yeah, okay. We'll give it to you.
Okay.
That's actually the number 1 answer on the board. Going to the 96 AFC Championship.
Nicely done, Brent. I mean, you didn't say it didn't involve a player, but could involve more than one player.
Yes.
Can we say David Garrard to whatever. It's the
Michael
Hail Mary.
Thomas.
Michael Thomas. Yeah.
Nah, sorry.
Dang.
Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson game.
Gus Johnson game.
It was kind of like before he was Gus Johnson, too.
I know.
In a way.
Man, I miss those days.
You said player, but no specific name at all? Like, can I say, I'll say it. Urban Meyer hired.
That's a good one, but it's not on there. But that is a good one.
Most surprising. I'm going to say the Miles Jack wasn't down.
Close.
Or like the AFC Championship game in general?
No, well, no. But it does have something to do with that gimmick.
Okay.
I'll come back to that. I'm going to say either the selling of the team or Shad buying the team, however that works.
Keep it on the grass, gentlemen. On the grass.
Are we going to say the 17 playoff run? The 17 season? I don't...
Beating
Saxonville?
Ah!
Okay.
He got it.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the same vein.
Jacksonville. That's a 2017 defense.
Okay, gotcha.
How about 2 wins in the same year over Pittsburgh on the road?
No, but you're... Stay
That could
there.
have been 2007 as well.
No, but stay in that mind. Just opposite.
Okay.
4 and 5 still to get. 4 is...
Okay, I think I might actually
All
have
right.
one. If I'm going the opposite, the Titans kind of getting the better of the Jaguars all the time.
1999.
Yes.
Well, that, but I'm saying recently as well.
It's give it to him.
Yep, give it to me, Hamby.
3 Titans losses. Yeah,
there you go.
All right, this last one is a tough one. It's relatively recent. It kind of set up the situation that they're in now.
I was thinking the collapse of 23.
No, a little farther back than that.
Yeah, it's definitely shocking in hindsight.
Yes.
Have we talked about this before on the show?
Jaguars back-to-back
Brent's-
number 1 picks.
It's Brent's turn.
No, not that. You guys may or may not have wore bandanas once. It was a good time.
Minshew Mania.
Yeah, winning once in 2020 and then losing the rest of it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Okay.
It
So
was
it's kind of
surprising
along
that
those lines,
terrible
yeah.
team won a game.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why it is. They won the first one.
And then lost the rest.
Against the Colts, of course.
Yeah.
Yep. How about that?
All right.
That was a good
Not
one.
a bad round.
That was interesting.
Top 5 answers.
Real quick, I just want to make sure this is real. James Franklin did go to Virginia Tech, right?
Yes.
That's correct.
Great. Because, boy, this would have been awkward. Top 5 reasons James Franklin would go coach at Virginia Tech instead of an SEC job.
You want to go first?
You got it.
Easier conference.
Yeah, he's going to give you number 1. Sure.
Longer leash.
I like it.
You going to give him 4?
Yep.
Yeah. Little different verbiage, but the ability to lose, for sure.
Oh,
Okay.
not
Or
Loose.
loose. Oh, Hamby. Yep. It's rough. It's okay. All right, man.
Hey, nice. That was a good fix.
Attaboy.
I'm happy with the
Whoa,
quick
look at
fix.
him on the fly.
Yeah, that was
My
impressive.
man.
He really likes Enter Sandman.
Ooh, Metallica fan.
It's a good. It's a good.
That's a good one. But
So, the atmosphere.
Oh, hang on now. Welcome back.
That should fit in atmosphere.
but it's not really atmosphere,
Oh, okay.
but a synonym potentially.
Okay, I'm going to go, environment, resources? Is that kind of the same thing, or is that different?
Them together, I feel like we got to give them 2 on that one.
Yeah, go and give me 2. Yeah, I'll just clear the table here. We're good.
Was that ours together?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so the third one is a bit goofy. And then the last one does make sense, but like you'd have to kind of think about
Okay.
What was the phrasing of the question again? Why would he pick
Why would
Virginia?
he go to
over. So this matters for number 3. Why would he go to Virginia Tech over an SEC?
I was just going to say, regardless of that, he likes living in Virginia, part of the country. Geography. All right.
Weather?
That's
That's terrible.
Why?
They would boo you at the Real Family Feud.
Okay, so it's not kind of competitive because Path to Win Conference. Why would he pick Virginia Tech over the SEC schools? I'll just say for recruiting purposes, like he has the Midwest more than he does have the South.
Look at you!
Damn.
Give it to me.
That is exactly
Brent,
exactly
Brent,
what
I
you do
wasn't
something?
that far off.
Brent, you do something this game, or what are you gonna do here?
I helped you get strong football culture. And I did Pat to win conference. That was the number one answer.
Well, here you go.
Enter Sandman. Okay.
Show us something here, right here, number 5.
Yeah. Show me something.
Is this a gettable one?
Very.
It's gettable.
I feel like they're always gettable, aren't they?
No, they're not.
I feel like they always are. It wouldn't be on there. It was like gettable.
We play this game at times where we could still be going.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's true.
It plays into the ego psychology of a head coach.
It does.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Win a national championship.
Nope. Of course not. It's Virginia Tech.
Nope.
He said he was going to win a national championship at his next stop.
And then he found out it was Virginia Tech. He said we might be 8 and whatever.
I'm going to say the bar is very low right now at Virginia Tech compared to SEC schools.
I would put that more in ability to lose.
That doesn't seem like an egotistical play.
That you want to win?
He's on the right track.
Yeah, he's on the right track, but you're not fully.
I'm not fully immersed in it yet.
Correct. That was more of ability to lose. Low bar.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. Go
Go
ahead, Brent.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is somewhat everybody's goal when you take over a college football team, besides win a national championship.
Resurrect.
There it is.
To the old days of what's his name, Beamer.
I was going to say academics.
You're damn right.
I can be your hero.
I can be your hero, baby. Enrique Iglesias making an appearance on our show.
Hey, that's good.
I got you,
man.
like that.
Yeah.
That was like the closest to this current edition of the feud, where they put some goofy stuff in the names.
Yeah,
the most ridiculous music video of all time, by the way. Is that?
I've
you
never
see it?
seen it.
It's bad.
Check it out sometime. Yeah.
Any more Lane Kiffin news, Hamby, or should we go?
We're free to
Is it
go.
okay? What time does Pat McAfee show end?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Well, hey, if you don't flip on over to that show, watch Club 904 with me, O'Brien, coming
Now
up
we're
next.
talking. Much
And
better.
after that, it's Talent Talk is back. Talking UNF Ospreys, talk a little baseball, facilities as well, and more coming up on the show from 2 p.m. until 3 p.m.
Put it in the system, make sure.
Scrap House.
We'll see.
What?
Tomorrow, we having it?
We gonna?
Are we?
We gonna put it in the system?
I don't know. It depends.
Yeah,
You
we'll
guys
see.
recorded at 8 in the morning?
I'm going to be honest. A big thing about me recording at 8 in the morning is going to be is if we can confirm it's going to get in.
Well, it got in on Thursday.
It's not the right day.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
That's not the right day at all. That'd be like Trevor Lawrence saying, I'm going to show up to the Arizona game on Monday.
Monday, that wouldn't be.
It's
a little
not
bit
right.
late.
It's not the right day.
Have a good Tuesday, everybody. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.